I wanted to talk to you and your man in your face. Absolutely. You understand me? I knew a few places you was at.
What's up, y'all? We good now?
I thought that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel. Okay. You understand me? Straight up like a man.
We should be good now. What's up, y'all?
If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Put some respect on it.
I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you and your man in your face. Absolutely. You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up.
What's up, y'all? Double tap that screen. Get the likes up.
I wanted to come look in your face like a man and tell you how I feel. Okay. You understand me? Straight up like a man. So what's the issue? Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it. What's happening, man? I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you and your man in your face. Absolutely. You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel. Okay. You understand me? Straight up like a man. So what's the issue? Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it. What's happening, man? I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you and your man in your face. Absolutely. You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster.
He didn't think that was gangster. What's up, y'all?
And tell you how I feel. Okay. You understand me? Straight up like a man.
Straight up like a man.
Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Put some respect on it.
I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you and your man in your face.
You know what I'm saying?
You understand me?
When you saying my name, put some respect on it.
Few places you was at.
And double tap that screen, man. We in the building, everything news.
Could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel. Okay. You understand me? Straight up like a man. So what's the issue? Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my name. That's it, that's all.
What's happening, man? I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you and your man in your face. Absolutely. You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel. Okay. You understand me? Straight up like a man. So what's the issue? Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me.
What's up, sweet babe? What's up, Belinda K?
Put some respect on my name.
What's up, Miss Fat?
When y'all
what's up, what's up, man?
Respect on it.
Put some respect on it.
I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you and your man in your face. Absolutely. You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel.
What's up, Gordo?
Straight up like a man.
What's up,
so what's the issue? Ain't no issue.
What's up, Miss Fat? We in here.
I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name.
All three of y'all. What's up, QI?
I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you,
y'all.
In your face.
All three of y'all put some respect on my name. Let's go.
Absolutely. You understand me?
One more time and then I'm going to switch to something else.
I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel. Okay. You understand me? Straight up like a man. So what's the issue? Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it. What's happening, man? I wanted to see you.
Put some respect on it, all three of y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. That ain't where I was trying to go. Yeah, man, that ain't what I was doing. That ain't where I was trying to be. I was trying to be over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Trump done did something, you know what I'm saying, that got the people talking, y'all. Check this out. It says, Savannah Chrisleys reacts to her parents being pardoned. Thanks to Trump and his administration for their efforts. I vow to stand by your administrations. Thank you, God, for a president like Donald Trump, y'all. He done pardoned these folks, man. I think they was locked up for tax evasion or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely pardon them, man. Their daughter has something to say. Check this out. Hold on, let me turn it up.
I'm live earlier, and I was driving, trying to get home to get my life together, and we are freaking out over here. Well, I have shed so many tears. The president called me personally as I was walking into Sam's.
It seemed like anybody can get a pardon for Trump. You know, they've been saying he might pardon Diddy.
Club, and notified me that he was signing pardon paperwork for both of my parents. So both my parents are coming home tonight or tomorrow, and I still don't believe it's real. I'm freaking out. The fact that the president called me.
Trump called her personally.
Will forever be grateful for President Trump, his administration, and everyone along the way, all of my lawyers, the people who put in countless hours and effort. Oh my goodness.
You say, oh no, oh yeah, he done pardoned them
Family to make sure that my parents got home. I am eternally grateful. I'm freaking out and still sweating. We're getting some clothes together for mom and dad, getting their room put together upstairs, and
Trump done let them free, guys.
I'm just speechless. I can't thank you guys enough for sticking with my family along the way and for loving us and supporting us. And Grayson's showing me like all of these things that people are posting, and we are so grateful to all of the political figures that I have come in contact with over the past 2.5 years that believed in me and believed in my family. Thank you.
Yeah, he pardoned the Chrisleys, y'all. She say, who next? Diddy? Well, they say he might be.
Thank you, President Trump, and I vow to stand next to you and your administration, family, to make sure that my parents got home. I am eternally grateful. I'm freaking out and still sweating. We're getting
guys,
some clothes together for mom and dad, and exposing the corruption, and continue fighting for the men and women that are in prison. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Jessica, I think they was locked up for tax evasion.
I will repay your kindness to every person that I meet. So thank God for a president like Donald J. Trump. Thank God for a president who wants to restore families and who loves people and loves people well, and took the time to call me from the Oval Office to let me know.
Man, I got some people that's locked up for petty crimes that need to be free too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all double tapping that screen. Get the likes up.
My parents are getting their lives back. Thank you. And exposing the corruption.
It says, Donald Trump issues full pardons for Todd and Julie Chrisley after they were convicted of fraud and tax evasion. They were given a pretty harsh treatment, is what Trump said. They was given a pretty harsh treatment.
But it's a great thing because your parents are going to be free and clean, and I hope we can do it by tomorrow. Is that okay? We'll try getting it done tomorrow. So give them, I don't know them, but give them my regards. And wish them a good life.
Mr. President.
Yes. How are you?
I just want to say thank you for bringing my parents back.
Yeah, well, they were given a pretty harsh treatment.
What's up, John?
What I'm hearing, pretty harsh treatment.
Yes, sir.
Was your brother fighting also for this release, right?
Hey, I go to the University of Akron.
But it's a great thing.
Y'all make sure y'all getting the likes up, man.
Free and clean.
If you in the building, double tap that screen. Get the likes up, man. Trump done pardoned the Chrisleys.
And I hope we can do it by tomorrow. Is that okay? We'll try getting it done tomorrow. So give them, I don't know them, but give them my regards. And wish them a good life.
Mr. President.
Yes. How are you?
I just want to say thank you for bringing my parents back.
Yeah, well, they were given a pretty harsh treatment based on what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it says, yikes, Todd Chrisley sentenced to 12 years in prison for tax evasion, and Julie was sentenced to 7 years. So they had 12 and 7, y'all. Trump pardoned both of them. You know what I'm saying? They about to be free people after today, man. It is crazy, y'all. Yeah, man. Most definitely though. All right, let's go here.
I think Diddy's list is Epstein's list, for sure. Because you have two billionaires from New York running around the same circles, right?
Yeah.
So you have these people that are wealthy, powerful, and they don't know each other. So what happened as soon as Diddy went down? Mike Jeffries gets indicted. The New York mayor, Eric Adams, gets indicted. Nobody's thinking about this, right? So you don't think he's telling? You don't think he's part of this? And Mike Jeffries, the former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, he was part of...
He got out.
He got out because he said he had dementia.
He was in the same jail, right?
Yes, and they said he has dementia, and now he's unfit for trial. That's bullshit, right? But Mike Jeffries is linked to Epstein because he was put in place by Lex Wexner, right? That owned Abercrombie & Fitch, L Brands. Now, L Brands, he owned a multitude of businesses. You know, he had Abercrombie & Fitch, he had Victoria.
Yeah, this guy seems to think that the rabbit hole goes a bit deeper. Make sure y'all double tapping that screen. Get the likes up.
Your secret. Now, who was his money manager? And he left his estate to? None other than Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? So they're all running together. Like, and you don't think Diddy knows this? I think Diddy's list is Epstein's list, for sure.
Y'all agree with what he's saying about Diddy's list being Epstein's list? Man, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's a possibility, man. They all hung around in the same circles, man.
Because you have two billionaires from New York.
Kendra said yes.
Running around the same circle.
One more time, listen to what he's saying.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have these people that are wealthy, powerful, and they don't know each other. So what happened as soon as Diddy went down? Mike Jeffries gets indicted. The New York mayor, Eric Adams, gets indicted. Nobody's thinking about this, right? So you don't think he's telling? You don't think he's...
Shout out to Summer Marie for the love. She said, love this channel and all your content. Let's go, Summer Marie. Thank you for that, too. Most definitely appreciate you as well.
Part of this. And Mike Jeffries, the former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, he was part of...
He got out.
He got out because he said he had dementia.
Belinda say they all together.
In the same jail, right?
Yes, and they said he has dementia, and now he's unfit for trial. That's bullshit, right? But Mike Jeffries is linked to Epstein because he was put in place by Lex Wexner, right? That owned Abercrombie & Fitch, L Brands. Now, L Brands, he owned a multitude of businesses. You know, he had Abercrombie & Fitch, he had Victoria's Secret. Now, who was his money manager? And he left his estate to? None other than Jeffrey Epstein.
Wow.
Okay? So they're all running together. Like, and you don't think Diddy knows this? I think Diddy's list is Epstein's list.
All right, you know what I'm saying? I most definitely think Diddy know all about that. And it is crazy that a lot of people went down after Diddy went down. You know what I'm saying? Once Diddy was in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the floodgates were busted wide open, man. No cap, man. I thought that was rather strange myself, man. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy. All right, let's go here.
Or another episode of Where the Fuck is Britney Spears, let's talk about the night before the VMAs and the P. Diddy trial. If you're a fan of Britney Spears, you probably know that she partied and hung out with a lot of these celebrities the night before.
Man, y'all think Diddy had something to do with Britney Spears, man? I don't know. That's what they trying to say. Let's go.
For her Gimme More performance back in 2007. Many people have alleged that P. Diddy may have had an effort in trying to sabotage Britney Spears' performance that year by possibly putting something in her beverage. This also was the night that
Oh man, they trying to say Diddy put something in a drink. Lord have mercy. And the wormhole gets deeper. Double tap that screen, get the likes up.
Allegedly, P. Diddy made some inappropriate advances towards Cassie. Cassie and him were not dating at the time, and this happened to be her birthday party. Now, here's some looks at the performance. Now, in my opinion, she looked beautiful, but she obviously was not on her typical Britney Spears performance game level like she typically would be. Now, with the trial and everything coming out this week and more celebrities being named, I find it very interesting that Dallas Austin is being named as one of the celebrities.
And we most definitely heard Dallas Austin name a lot. You know what I'm saying? Dallas Austin.
That are going to be brought into the Diddy trial. Now, in what way, whether he's a witness to something or whether he himself had some involvement, I don't know. But all I'm saying is I find it very coincidental. More and more names are coming out of people that are possibly involved that were right there with Britney that night. That all combined with the continuous posting of beverages on her page. I don't know. I feel like something big's coming and we're about to find out. For another episode of Where the Fuck's Britney Spears, let's talk about the night before.
She say Britney Spears might be connected to Diddy. She alleges somebody might have put something in Britney's drink, man. You know what I'm saying? The wormhole just gets deeper and deeper as the days go, man. It seems like everybody and anybody, they are linking to Diddy, man. Check this one out.
I told him that night when Big died, when Big got murdered, that we shouldn't go to this party. I told him that if we don't do something about these doors and do this, some people's gonna die in City College. It's a couple other incidents
Y'all know
that we were
Gene Deal
in
been speaking out.
that I had told him prior to the stuff going down that something was gonna happen and it happened. And I don't know if it's because I may be blessed by God or I'm just a fool, because I was raised with that old saying that the Lord watch out for fools and babies. So out of all this stuff and the stuff that he's done to me personally behind the scenes, you understand, telling people not to F with me, telling people if they do things that they was not gonna work in the industry, they was gonna this, that, other. I told him that night when Big.
That's crazy, y'all. Gene Deal says he told him that night they gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? Or people would be unalive, man. That is crazy. Double tap that screen, get the likes up, man. With all these allegations against Diddy, man. Let's go over here to one of my favorite channels and see what they gotta say, what Diddy gotta say, Pixar Diddy that is, about some of this nonsense. They even tried to time in to Steve Harvey, guys. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all are double tapping that screen.
My husband is a pastor, and we don't get to spend a lot of time together.
Here we go.
We found Thursdays as being fun Thursdays for the two of us, and we go somewhere different every time, a new restaurant. We tried new hotels. We've ordered pizza out and done fun things like that, but we're kind of bored now. So we're looking for some new ideas from you. So could you help us out with some fun Thursdays? And remember, I'm a pastor's wife. So. Amen.
This is Ass Steve.
We also got some things coming up with Gene Deal, Chopper, as well as Suge Knight. Man, Ray J even chimed in.
Maybe you should have went to the other show and asked Joel Osteen.
Or you could have asked Bishop T.D. Cakes. He definitely would know what to do.
Let's go.
Daddy.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming?
My God.
I ain't really got no Christian answer for you. You want to spruce things up with the pastor. I'm just going to have to keep it real with you. Y'all been having like bowling night and pizza night and all like that.
Man, that look just like Steve Harvey, man. Y'all get them lights up, double tap that screen. Man, shout out to Night and Day Cartoon Network, man. They be having me rolling.
Just throw some baby oil in there.
Baby oil? Yeah, we talking, Daddy. That's what I'm talking about. That's a great suggestion right there, you know what I'm saying?
Pastor, it ain't nothing simple about throw some baby oil in there. I'm telling you, baby oil is, it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You taste it, you can't even hardly taste it. I done had baby oil all around my mouth before. I don't even know what's on there. It's just a baby oil type night. It's just baby oil. Praise the Lord, baby oil.
Go, Steven. Go, Steven. Go, Steven. You got that right, Daddy. Praise the Lord for the baby oil. You know what I'm saying? See, Steve, no. Steve know all about the magic behind that baby oil, Daddy.
Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all double tapping that screen, man. Most definitely subscribe to the channel if you new. We on the road to 30K. We at 26.4. We need all the subscribers we can get. So subscribe, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You tell him, Steven. You tell him, Daddy.
3 bottles of baby oils. Whoa. Oh, my all-time favorite, baby. 3 bottles of baby oil. Got to have the baby oil, baby. What's that baby oil use? Johnson Johnson?
Yes.
It's the best kind, ain't it?
You damn right that Johnson & Johnson is the best baby oil. Yeah, I'm saying, Daddy? I love me some Johnson & Johnsons. I love Johnsons, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Miss Girl.
My husband and I watch the show. He often takes
Hey, y'all, get the likes up to 100. Double tap that screen,
recently,
man. It's easy. Double tap the screen or click the 3 dots, hit the thumbs up, y'all. Get the likes to 100.
when I was in the room lying down, he came in there and he squirted cold baby oil on my back. It was very cold. It was ice cold. And whatever mood I was in, I wasn't in it anymore.
Cold baby oil.
That's the biggest violation. I dare somebody to squirt some cold baby oil on me. That'll be the last time you see anything. Squirt some cold baby oil. You out of your mind? Man, I wish a Negro would squirt some cold baby oil on me. You know what I'm saying?
And neither was he. So, Steve, you give great romantic tips. Could you share some techniques?
The old player came in there with that cold ass baby oil. Yeah. See, the baby oil, listen to me. I talk about baby oil all the time because it's a specialty. If you ain't really had the experience with baby oil, you can't know what it is. But you got to be a baby oil professional.
Yes, that's why
You need to microwave this baby oil before you come in there. Now, most people don't have a microwave in their bedroom. I've installed one because I need hot baby oil at handy. Now, you don't want to put no microwave in your bedroom. Here's a couple of low-budget ways to accomplish it. Run a sink full of hot water and just lay that bottle of baby oil in there for about 15 minutes. Turn it and let it heat up like that. Another way to apply.
Steve, how you know all about this baby oil, man? What is going on? We need 20 more likes, man. Double tap that screen, get the likes up.
A warm baby oil. Take a washcloth, run it under the hot water till you can't stand it no more. Then wring it out. Then saturate the washcloth with the baby oil. Then take the hot washcloth over there to the bed. Then as you need it, wring it a little bit and go to work.
Go, Steven. Go, Steven. Yeah, I've loved those baby oil tactics, Daddy. Man, where you learn those from? You have to teach me. Man, you got the baby oil game on lock, Daddy. I ain't know you had it like that, Steve.
Don't ever not include baby oil in your love life. You are missing one of the great inventions. Baby oil ain't really for babies. It's for your damn baby.
Wow, man, this dude, man, these people is off the chain.
Yo, story time with Thick Star Diddy, you know what I'm saying, Daddy? Well, let me tell y'all this real quick. So one night, I'm talking peak of bad boy era. We at the mansion, Bob is crazy, candles lit, R&B playing, Usher in the background, and I got this imported adventure cotton robe on, Daddy. You know the one silk that flow like a dream. Now I'm getting ready to get the ultimate massage. I'm talking 5-star spa experience. But then I realized ain't no lotion, no oils or nothing. I'm like, nah, this ain't the way a mogul live. So I call out, yo, where the baby oil at? People looking at me crazy.
Continue to
I'm
double
like,
tap
yo,
that
y'all don't
screen,
understand.
man. We almost there, man. We need 16 more likes. Double tap that screen, y'all. Get
Baby
them to
oil is
100.
essential. It's the secret to smooth success. So I send my assistant, mid massage, I kid you not, down to the CVS in Beverly Hills. 10 minutes later, finds where Bevy come back with, a gallon of baby oil, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, a gallon? I said, yo, that's more like it. Pour that oil like champagne on the New Year's, you know what I'm saying, Daddy? Or the story is, keep that baby oil close. You know what I'm saying? Keep your vibe even closer. That's a Diddy gym right there, Daddy. And I'm out. Peace. Yeah. It's your boy Diddy. We don't drop out here, we glide.
Wow.
Let's go. I don't sweat, I shimmer, slide through the city like a winner, right? Cold, I'm not whole body bending, baby oil there. Hand touch the skin, it's sacred. Blood so rich, they hating. You lotion up, elevate. Drip game heavy, never hesitate. I keep the justice in the bag, no doubt. Up the cap, let it splash when I'm stepping out. Neck shine, wrist glow, smooth like Ciroc flow. Turn the lights down, watch the whole room glow. A little on the chest, a dab on the wrist. Now I'm looking like $1 billion gift. Never taught you to vibe, you the oil king. Even made you jealous of the way I blame. Oh, I don't sweat, I shimmer, slide through the city like a winner.
He say he don't sweat, he shimmer. Let's go.
Go, I'm rolling on. Whole body great, then baby over on. From the penthouse to the jet. Shine on every silhouette. Not just clean and divided. Greased up, then it's my time. Yeah, remember this. They can copy the moves, but they can't bottle the glow. It's Diddy. It's your boy Pixar, Biddy, Playboy. Ned, Betty. Yeah, take that.
Take that. Man, these people is crazy, man. I swear to God, these people is crazy, man. On everything I love. Man, listen, y'all. Hold up, man. Hold on. Yeah, man, these people is crazy, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all already know what it do, man. We in here. Shout out to y'all, man. They is most definitely making all kind of fun of that boy Diddy. Let me straighten this up, man. Well, we got a lot to go over today, man. We got a couple of interviews to watch. We got Ray J on the menu today. He most definitely came out and spoke. Suge Knight came out and spoke, man. Can't forget Capricorn Clark, one of Diddy's former assistants. She came out and spoke. Shout out to all the new subscribers. If you don't know me out there, man, I'm most definitely Mahir. You know what I'm saying? This is most definitely everything news, and we most definitely be coming with everything that got to do with this trial, man. Shout out to each and every one of y'all out there, man. We most definitely rocking it tonight. Make sure you double tapping that screen. Make sure you subscribing to the channel if you new. Shout out to Mr. B for that $2. Most definitely appreciate that. All right. So we're going to kick it off, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got to go over here. We're going to start it off because we got to be serious. We got to go with the things that happened in court today. You know what I'm saying? We got the full read off for the transcripts from Capricorn Clark, who alleges that Diddy, basically kidnapped her, and that she was present and knew about Kid Cudi's car getting blown up, as well as Diddy hooked her to a lie detector test and told her if she failed, he was gonna throw her in the Eastern River, man. You can't make this up, I swear. You know what I'm saying? Let's get down to it, man. This is everything that she said within her testimony today. We most definitely gonna get to that. We got Gene Deal coming up. We most definitely got Suge. Did an interview. We got him coming up. Chopper City coming up. We got a lot coming up. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Let's see what exactly Capricorn Clark had to say in court today, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Continue to get those likes up, man.
Born in San Francisco, moved to LA, worked for Def Jam, then Death Row Records, a late 90s gangster rap label.
What was your relation to Mr. Knight?
He is the father of my friend's child.
Then you worked for Sean Combs?
Yes, he is over there in a blue sweater. I worked for him from 2004 to 2012.
Were you kidnapped?
Yes.
That's her
When did
right
you first
there.
meet Mr. Combs?
when I moved to NYC in 2002. We were super platonic friends. A headhunter said I should work for him as a personal assistant.
Justin?
I did, until 2006.
Your duties.
Shadow him from Wake Up.
Then what?
Head of women's for Sean Jean.
This is gonna be her full testimony from what exactly she said to the cross-examination, man. It was crazy that they said that Diddy hooked her up to a lie detector test and told her if she failed, he was gonna chunk her in the Eastern River. That's crazy.
A year. Then global brand director for Sean Combs. Name and likeness due diligence to grow the brand. Then I was terminated until 2016 for Cassandra Ventura.
Did you work in this building?
Yes, we moved there in 2005.
Your first day. Where did Mr. Combs take you?
Central Park, after dark, along with Uncle Paulie. He looked like a linebacker.
Does this photo look like him?
No, he doesn't have on the blackout shades.
She said they took her to the Eastern River along with Uncle Polly. I don't even know who that is. Y'all know who that is? Let me know in the comments.
Or all the time.
What did Mr. Combs tell you in the park?
That since I'd worked for Mr. Knight, if anything happened, he might have to kill me.
Okay, so she used to be an employee for Suge Knight, you know what I'm saying? And basically Diddy threatened her, by telling her she better not be working with the ops in so many words. Damn, how you got this audio? Man, you know how we got it. Yeah, let's go.
This moment the defense objected, but was overruled.
How did you take it?
Seriously, it had gravitas.
How did you react?
I said, I didn't have anything to do with that stuff.
At this moment, the defense objected and was sustained.
What was Paulie's role?
All aspects of Mr. Combs' movements to keep him safe. There were also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Ruben.
Who's D-Rock?
D-Rock, we most definitely heard that name before. That was like one of Diddy's friends right there, wasn't it? I read Capricorn Clark also worked for Kid Cudi too, where they did say that in the evidence that they found on Kid Cudi's car, there was female DNA. No Diddy DNA, only female DNA.
A good friend of Biggie Smalls, running back type body.
Did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a gun?
Yes, in my home.
And did he talk about it?
He, Mr. Combs, told Chrisleys he had a gun. He had a problem with 50 Cent.
Were you ever accused of stealing?
Yes, jewelry. It had been given.
50, man, 50 state, boy, 50 name done came up in this. Y'all make sure y'all listen to everything that she's saying, though. You know what I'm saying? Continue to get those lights up. Keep the lights moving. All you got to do is double tap the screen. Right now, we listen to Capricorn Clark, full testimony and cross-examination about what took place with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
To me, it was on loan.
It went missing?
Yes.
What did you do?
From Teterboro, I called 1440 and told them to lock it down.
What did Uncle Paulie do?
He questioned me 3 hours.
You went home?
To Queens, yes, with Uncle Paulie. He searched my house.
Where did Uncle Paulie...
Hold on one more time. To all of y'all who have heard this, you know what I'm saying? Did y'all believe her testimony? Did y'all think she was credible? Or was she going along with what everybody else was saying just to corroborate a story? Most definitely let me know.
Paulie take you?
1710 Broadway. It was dilapidated. It was being fixed up, but I didn't know that. Uncle Paulie took me to the 6th floor. The door was locked behind us. There was a 6-foot folding table and a heavyset man.
Can you describe him?
5 of me. 2 linebackers. He was chain smoking.
Did Uncle Paulie stay?
No, intermittently he came back.
What did the heavyset man say?
I was there to take a lie detector test.
What did he say would happen if you failed the lie detector test?
That they would throw me in the East River.
At this moment.
Oh, that man, listen, y'all. That go a threat right there said if she failed the lie detector test, that Diddy and Uncle Paulie would throw her in the Eastern River, y'all. Lord, the amount of pressure that must have been on her shoulders to pass that test, man. That is crazy. But that never happened though. Okay, well, I'm just telling you this is what she's saying. You got every right to your own opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely voice it. Let me know what you think. Do you believe her? Do you not believe her? You think she capped or you think she telling the truth? It's up to y'all. But man, just think if it really did happen, The amount of pressure that must have been on her shoulders, hooked up to that lie detector test. And girl, if you fail, we gonna throw you in the Eastern River. Lord, have mercy.
Moment the defense objected and then asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
What was his demeanor?
Very serious. I was terrified.
Did you want to be taking the test?
No, I was afraid.
How was the test?
Wires on you and they questioned
What's
me.
up, Liz?
Did I steal?
Did he tell you the results?
He said to calm down, that he couldn't get a good reading and he might have to throw me in the East River.
Anyone else in the building?
Not to my knowledge.
Could you leave?
No, Paul said no.
What did Paul say at the end?
We got New Life say, I believe her. And then somebody else, Lanice said, I believe her. Diddy wanted to be Nino Brown. You think so? Let's go.
Come back the next day to figure this out. We started again. Another lie detector test in the same location. All day.
Were you free to leave?
No.
How long did this go on?
5 days.
Poochie say she
Did you
believe
tell anyone where you were?
No, I was just trying to survive it. I worked under an NDA.
At this moment,
This
the
is
defense
her right
objected,
here.
and the judge sustained it and told the jury to disregard the last answer.
What would you have been doing?
Shadowing Mr. Combs.
What happened after 5 days?
That I could return to work. That Mr. Combs would see me the next week.
Did Mr. Combs ever discuss it with you?
No.
Why did you continue to work with Mr. Combs?
If I left, they'd think I stole.
What were your days like?
From his townhouse at 74th Street and Park.
They said if she left, they'll think she stole. So they accused her of taking money and jewelry, guys. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, keep in mind that at one point, Capricorn Clark, her right here, she used to work for Suge Knight as well. You know what I'm saying? I know that most definitely put a target on her back. But let's let her continue.
In the morning, to Daddy's house studio at night.
How much sleep did you get?
On a good day, 4 hours. On a bad day, 2. I got a stress condition. I was paid $55,000.
New Life say he believe it was a setup.
Did you get paid overtime?
No, I spoke to the head of HR. She said I was owed $80,000.
How did Mr. Combs respond?
He ripped up the paper.
Would Mr. Combs stay at hotels?
Yes.
With whom?
Kim Porter. Once a week.
What names would he book rooms under?
Frank Black. Frank White.
And the girlfriends?
Jackie Starr.
Where did he stay?
Intercontinental Buckhead in Atlanta. Beverly Hills Hotel in LA.
What were in his bags?
A camera. Small bottles of baby oil and lube. Cameras. Every time.
Well, we know she wasn't lying about the small bottles of baby oil and lube. We know Diddy most definitely believed in that.
What would you be doing?
Watching TV, ordering room service, keeping up on sleep. Afterward, I'd sweep the room for anything left behind.
Any damage?
Baby oil.
How frequently would Mr. Combs stay in a hotel with Cassandra Ventura in 2008?
Like once a week. At L'Hermitage, the London Intercontinental, for several days. The IV drips.
Did he speak to you about his relationship with Ms. Ventura?
Yes. Ms. London was there. Chef Jordan in the other room. He called Cassie over, asked her to walk there. Hand me that. Go back in the other room. She did it.
What did he say?
You won't do that. That's why you don't have a man.
What did you say?
Your mother f***ing right.
Did you observe Mr.
Wow, man, bunch of vulgar words going in. The room had to have stank after the, man, let's talk about it, Allie. Most definitely had to smell like Badussi in there. I'm telling you, man, it most definitely had to cut up. I would have to hate to be the assistant that had to clean that up, man. Hold on, maybe I can fix this by taking that out, you know what I'm saying, and basically trying to position this screen. I hate when it's crooked, but let's go.
Combs obtained
a girlfriend in NY, in LA from One Stop. Molly, ecstasy, delivered to Puff or to me.
Did he ask you to get drugs for him?
Yes, ecstasy.
And in the south of France?
He asked me to get cocaine. I said, for who?
Why?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Say Diddy asked her to get that cocaine. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't want to, man. We got 300 and some people. Y'all get the likes up. Double tap that screen, man. Get the likes up.
I wasn't gonna do it, given how my mother died.
At this moment, the defense objected and asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
Who did Mr. Combs say the drugs were for?
He said, not me.
Did you get them?
Yes, through the Spanish security guard. He also got prescription drugs in my name. They were in the toiletry bag I'd carry, or security.
What about bulk cash?
Yes, 100,000 euro, coming back from Europe.
Where'd he get it?
Club bookings in Europe. He'd keep it, then give it to security, then into his bedroom.
Man, this is Capricorn Clark talking. This is basically her testimony that she gave today in the Diddy trial, man. Word for word, as well as the cross-examination by the defense team, man. This is Capricorn Clark, which is Diddy's one of Diddy's assistants. Basically telling her story about what she suffered at the hands of Diddy, man. That's what she looked like right there. You know what I'm saying? This is her testimony, man.
Room personal safe. Fighting.
Was Mr. Combs with you?
Yes, at Star Island. He told me, you are not to leave this house. Pharrell Williams was brought in by boat. I returned Mr. Walker to Palm Island. He called and said, where the FK are you? You can't have a life. One time, I asked the chef if there was turkey bacon. She said, no f***ing turkey bacon. I said,
Can I ask y'all a question? What does this have to do with racketeering? I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? It don't do nothing but kind of corroborate Kid Cudi's story, which ain't got nothing to do with racketeering either. I'm just saying, man.
Hate it here. The chef told Mr. Combs, and he pushed me again and again.
What did he say?
If you hate it here, get the K out of here.
Did you leave your employment?
I did.
But you returned?
As global brand director.
Why?
He was impressed by what I did in the job I'd left for. A couple of albums.
Yeah, and she did accuse Diddy of holding her hostage.
He said, you wouldn't have to work directly for me.
What were you doing for Ms. Ventura?
Managing her image. Maximize the optics for her. For Sean Combs, he had final approval on everything.
In LA, where did you live?
A gated community. We had followed Kim Porter there.
Where was Ms. Ventura?
In New York City on West End. She would come to LA and stay with him, or with me, or in a hotel.
Who else was Ms. Ventura seeing?
Scott Mescudi, Cudi.
How'd you learn that?
Oh, now here we come with the Kid Cudi testimony, you know what I'm saying? And about her being present and knowing about Diddy allegedly blowing up Kid Cudi's car.
She brought him to my apartment.
What did she say?
She texted me they were going to this public place in LA. I told her it was a bad idea and to delete the text.
Why?
If Mr. Combs learned about Mr. Mescudi.
They said, who gets paid after getting kidnapped? Man, I don't know, man. We listening just like y'all, man. All opinions are welcome. Double tap that screen, though. Get those likes up.
I mean, Mr. Combs paid for my phone and hers. I took Cassie to Best Buy to get a burner phone.
When did Mr. Combs return to town?
Not long after. He took Cassie to a hotel, the Cipriani.
And then?
December 22nd, 2011, between 5:30 and 6 a.m. There was banging at my door.
What did you see through the peephole?
Dominique says, I'm curious, how did y'all get this? I don't even think this is real. Well, I'm going to let you know, it's most definitely real. It may not be the exact audio from inside of there, but it's read off the transcripts of what was said in court. So it's most definitely real. The voices may not be the actual people, but what you see on the screen as far as the testimony and what's being read out is most definitely real, man. This is exactly what happened in court, you know, as far as her testimony and then the prosecution cross-examination. So take it however you want. But like I said, the person reading it may not be Capricorn, but it is her exact testimony, you know what I'm talking about, and her in the exact cross-examination of what the defense team said, you know, regarding her testimony that she gave in court. So it's most definitely real.
Furious puff.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge told the prosecution to ask another question.
What was his movement?
Pacing with something in his hand.
Did you open the door?
I did.
What's up, Casey?
What was he wearing?
Button-down sweater, torn pants, and he was holding a gun. He came into my apartment and said, "Why didn't you tell me? Who is Scott?" I said, "I don't know any Scott."
What did he say?
"We're going to go kill this N-word."
Where was the gun?
In his hand. I said I didn't want to go.
What's up, Molly?
He said, "I don't give a what you want.
Whoa.
Get dressed."
What concerns did you have?
He'd never come to my house.
Did you try to escape?
No, I got dressed.
Who joined in?
Ruben in the black Escalade, executive class.
Where was Ruben?
Driver's seat. I got in the back seat, right-hand side. Mr. Combs was in the left, next to me. Usually he would have sat in the front. was in his lap.
How long does it take to drive from your home at the time to Cudi's house in the Hollywood Hills?
Hold up. Let me blow that down.
15 to 20 minutes.
Hold on real quick. Let me tell you something, Dominique. You know what I'm saying? We most definitely don't do no fake stuff over here. All I can do is tell you exactly what it is. If you don't like it, you're free to go to another channel and find it somewhere else, somewhere that you feel like is it. But I'm here to tell you right now, this is her exact testimony from the transcripts out of court. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what she said. So it's not real. It ain't the real people who would get the transcript. Sounds like someone going to get in trouble. It's a close. Dominique, I appreciate you being in my facility. You know what I'm saying? We most definitely welcome you over here with open arms. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to be hating on what's going on, it's not a closed nothing. People in there taking notes. They most definitely releasing the transcripts to the public to be able to see what went on in the courtroom. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Don't listen to it. Go find you something else to do before I block you. You don't want to get deported.
What did Mr. Combs and Rube do at Cudi's house?
They went in.
Could you see in?
Yes.
What did you do?
I called Cassie on her burner. I said, Cassie, where the f***? I told her Puff was at Cudi's house. Then I changed her number in my phone to my best friend Stormy.
What did you hear on the phone?
That Scott was at Cassie's.
When Mr. Combs came back?
He took my phone and
Absolutely. This is verbatim what she said in the courtroom. Nothing added in, nothing taken out. Verbatim what she testified. You know what I'm saying? Cameras aren't allowed in the courtroom, so this is all we got. I'm just saying, if you don't like it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you, man. But me and my people, we here for it, and we trying to hear what's going on.
Called the last number. Then I saw Cudi driving up. Mr. Combs saw my face and said, "There's that N-word right there." We drove off and saw the police driving the other way, toward Cudi's. Puff was pulling himself together. We stopped at the Key Club and he told me to call Cassie.
What did he tell you to tell Cassie?
That he had me and wouldn't let me go.
How did Ms. Ventura respond?
She said, "Okay."
That he had me and wouldn't let me go. That's the kidnapping.
"Come get me." She was calm.
Who drove you home?
Reuben.
What did Mr. Combs then tell you?
To convince Cudi not to say that it had been him at his house. I picked up Cassie.
Where did you go?
We went to Cudi's and tried to convince him not to file a police report.
What did you tell them?
That Puff came to my house with a gun.
What did you tell them he said?
If you tell on him, he'll hurt us all.
What was Mr. Mescudi's reaction?
Mind blown.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained, and the judge
said that basically Diddy threatened them, y'all. If you tell on us, he'll hurt us all. Wow, y'all. That makes her like an accessory, don't it? You know what I'm saying? She must have got some immunity.
Told the jury to disregard the last answer.
What happened at the house?
He was kicking Cassie again and again.
How was Cassie?
In the fetal position. Mr. Combs took her all the way to the street. She was crying silently.
Where was he kicking her?
Her backside.
Where were you?
5 feet away.
I got a question for y'all too. Why come in most of these testimonies that we hear, like even from Dunn, even from everybody, you know, it's like they play off of that CNN clip every time? Because why is Cassie always in the fetal position? I'm not saying it didn't happen. Don't start jumping on me. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying, why come every story about Cassie and Diddy fighting, like she ain't never fighting back, and she always in the fetal position? I just want to know, you know what I'm saying? Somebody let me know out there, you know what I'm saying? Because at some point, you got to get tired of getting hit on, you know, to where you fire back or something. But every time they saying she always in the fetal position. That's crazy.
So was Rube.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, if you jump in, I'm going to pay you up too.
What did Rube do?
Nothing.
Who did you call?
D-Rock, I told him, tell your brother to stop Puff. He is kicking the SG out of her. I called Paulie too.
And Naya said, yeah, and why did she keep on going back to him? I don't know. Shout out to Cut Up Girl for being a member for the last 8 months. Let's go. Double tap that screen. Get the likes up.
I said he'd take care of it, but Rube did nothing.
What next?
Mr. Combs told me to get the...
All right, so we got Spiritual Gangster says victims drop and protect themselves. he has all these people around. How can she win? Well, I'm not saying exactly win. I'm just saying, like, every time do she have to be in the fetal position? I mean, that's the position that we know, from some of the videos we seen, in some of the hotel footage. I'm just saying, to me, it kind of seems like they trying to play off of that hotel footage of her in the fetal position, But dang, every time she was I'm just saying, every time she in the fetal position. Shout out to Cut Up Girl for that 5-piece, man. You already know what it is. Thank you.
Out too. I left on foot.
Could you still see her getting kicked?
Until I went around the bend.
Then who did you call?
Regina Ventura. I told her, he's kicking the shit out of your daughter. I can't call the police, but you can.
Why didn't you call the police?
The mission of the day was to get Cudi, so no.
Gillian says because she was protecting her stomach. All right, that's good enough for me. I bet.
Calling police.
This email, who is it from?
Cassie. She wrote that he would be releasing tapes about me, and he would have someone else hurt me and Scott Mescudi.
Do you recall if you responded to this?
I don't.
Did law enforcement call you?
The arson investigators. Cudi had given them my name. I hung up on them. I just wanted this over.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, I should kill you, and I should cut her face.
How many times did Mr. Combs threaten you?
Boy, this is horrible.
I'd say 50 times. D-Rock was there, just doubling down on whatever Puff was saying in the moment.
Who is Harv Pierre?
The president of Bad Boy Records. I told him Puff had kidnapped me.
What did Harv Pierre tell you?
He said, that's crazy, but it's going to be okay. I got a termination notice. I was accused of not properly putting in for the vacation I was on.
Had you put in?
Yes, to Harv Pierre.
Did you lose benefits?
All of them. Health, 401k, my house and car.
What did Mr. Combs say?
That I would...
So this is what happened to her after she was fired. She lost all her stuff, man. And that's crazy. Now, the crazy part is that they allege that she kept on reaching out to Diddy. Basically trying to get her job back, and only got her job back because of Cassie, right? That's Stokes.
Would never work again. That he would make me kill myself.
Did you get a job offer?
I did, but it fell through. I couldn't get a job.
Did you settle with Mr. Combs?
In October 2012.
At this moment, the defense objected, and then they asked if he can approach, and they had a sidebar. Then they continued.
Aside from that settlement agreement, do you have any other pending litigation against Mr. Combs?
No.
Did you go back to work for him?
2016, no one else would hire me. Cassie had a new record deal with Epic.
Who did you have to get approvals from?
Sean Combs. Cassie was taking more drugs.
She is another person that says that Diddy blackballed her in the industry after she stopped working for him. Hey, Miss Danita. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all get those likes up. Can we get 200 on the board, man? We at 157 and 424 watchers. Double tap that screen, y'all. Get the likes up. Can we get 200 on the board, man? We listen to Capricorn Clark. Full testimony and cross from court today.
Still dating Mr. Combs?
Yes.
In December 2023, why did you retain an attorney?
I was traumatized by Cassie's civil complaint. Her complaint did not reference me. I reached out to Mr. Combs and said, I want my life back. You kidnapped me.
At this moment, the defense objected, but was...
Diamond says, I would not want to work for P. Diddy. Absolutely not. He'll have you soaked in baby oil, girl.
...was overruled.
Was there a discussion of you working for Mr. Combs again?
Yes, as chief of staff.
When did you last speak with Ms. Ventura?
I ain't gonna even cap to y'all. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love all of y'all being here, man, I'm gonna lock this box down. Won't nobody be able to talk tight except the subscribers. If y'all don't stop acting like y'all fingers broke, all you gotta do is double tap your mobile phone. That's how you hit the like button. Hit the like button for the content. You know what I'm saying? Double tap that screen or click those 3 dots, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you new, man. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance. I don't want to have nobody not be able to type, but I will lock the box down if we can't get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, guys.
2018.
And Mr. Mescudi?
2012.
No further questions.
At this moment, it was time for the cross-examination.
We met in April 2024. You had a lawyer, Brian Friedman?
Yes.
You wanted to come back and work with Mr.
All right, so this is the cross-examination, y'all. This is when Diddy's team takes their time to basically cross-examine Miss Capricorn Clark and see where her story varies at. Let's go.
Combs, right?
We discussed it. Yes.
You saw Ms. Geragos taking notes?
Yes.
You said you didn't think Cassie was good for Mr. Combs. Why?
I just thought they were toxic.
Tell me about when you were in NY.
I was in the Bronx. I hated it. It was 2002. I met Jeanette, then Mr. Combs. In 2001 was the World Trade Center thing. Then I met Mr. Combs.
He wasn't doing drugs, right?
He did ecstasy in Daddy House.
But it got worse?
Yes.
You authorized Mr. Freeman to seek a job for you?
It was all very procedural, lawyer to lawyer.
But you were told you couldn't be given a job in the middle of the investigation?
I don't remember that.
Read this and let me know when you're done. Do you remember saying you had the biggest crush on him?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of 403. Then the judge asked the defense, and the defense said, state of mind. And the prosecution answered with, it's offering the truth. The defense said, we had a stipulation on this. Then they had a sidebar, then continued.
You called him Chalk?
Crazy,
for chocolate?
I did.
You started with Def Jam, Run DMC?
I don't go back that far. I'm more Foxy Brown, Redline, Jay-Z.
So how did you come to work for Mr. Combs?
I put my resume on Monster. After the World Trade Center thing, he said, you'd work.
Now, let me tell y'all this. They say that Capricorn is really like a bitter employee who was mad because she got fired and who was mad because she had to do things for Cassie. That's what they said. I don't know how true it is, but that's what's being alleged, is that she was like a disgruntled employee who was mad because she got fired.
For me, I was like, maybe. He was acting on Broadway and Raisin in the Sun. I was impressed.
He had a major part?
He was a star. Then I shadowed him on the Vote or Die campaign. My job was to get the t-shirts on the celebrities and into the photo shoots. I'd call them and say, Puff wanted them to come.
And they came?
They did.
How long before the jewelry missing thing?
It was about 4 months. On the 4th of July, he threw a white party at his home on the Hamptons that year with Vote or Die.
When did the jewels missing happen?
After July 4th. The jewels were still on loan from Jacob the jeweler.
Who else?
So somebody stole some jewelry and Diddy thought it was her, man.
Got lie detector?
Mike B., his stylist. He too had gone to street level of 1440 for manicures. The lie detector
Gillian said she believes Capricorn.
Test was the next day.
You never told HR?
No, I got fired for 3 weeks.
How did you get unfired?
I went to work on his 35th birthday at Cipriani to do the celebrity list. I came back.
2004 to 2006?
Not all.
As personal assistant?
Then liaison. I was making $65,000 for Combs, then $90 at Jive.
Why'd you come back to Combs?
I had gotten top records for R. Kelly. Mr. Combs said he was impressed, asked me to come back for Sean Jean for women. I think I was a really good employee for him.
He told you were awesome?
He did not use that word.
You worked hard for him?
I did.
Others worked hard too, right?
Not as hard as me. I did learn a lot from Mr. Combs. He broke that.
Y'all heard she say others worked hard, but not as hard as her. You know what I'm saying? And she couldn't understand why she was fired. Then some point off in here, I'm gonna let it play. But they also claim that she was in love with Diddy. I'm just saying.
Glass ceiling for us black people in the business world.
Do you need a minute?
No, it's just complicated.
At this moment, they took a break, then continued.
When you went into the park, it was to Tavern on the Green.
We parked there. Earlier in the day in the park, we ran into Nas.
When you say he had Ms. Ventura spin, who was there? Let me show you what you said. You said Lorianne Gibson was there?
What's up, Chris? What's
they
up,
misheard
Candy?
me.
When did you first meet Cassie Ventura?
I met her with Ryan Leslie.
Why did you not get along with Cassie sometimes?
In 2008, she got more bravado being his girlfriend, the longer it lasted. She thought I was being paid to help her.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge sustained it and told the defense to re-ask it.
What did you see?
She went from being a sweet model to being a feisty girlfriend.
Do you think she was talented?
She had talent and was very beautiful.
But not talented?
She was not. I have good taste. Talented to me.
Whoa! Says that Cassie was not talented, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now, I told y'all, they said that she was jealous of Cassie, you know, for basically having to follow behind Cassie, you know, and that's crazy, y'all. She said Cassie didn't have no talent. I got him. I'll get with you in a minute, man. I got him.
He is Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Cassie, she was more of a studio musician. She needed things equalized.
Did she perform live?
A couple times. Not the greatest.
Was she a hard worker?
At times.
When wasn't she a hard worker?
She preferred to be with her boyfriend. When we moved to LA.
Some people down there saying sounds like jealousy. Now, I thought y'all was all with what she was saying. Now, understand that now her story aligns with Cassie. But a lot of people have been saying that she secretly had a crush on Diddy. You know what I'm talking about? And basically was jealous of Cassie. That's what they said.
After Kim had the
Allegedly.
twins, 2009-ish, I saw her developing more of her relationship with Puff, with Mr. Combs.
He supported her?
Yes, with stylists, other musicians, all the components to make a star.
Did she get more help than others?
Yes, Young Jock and a group from Atlanta. I developed French Montana. I ran into Cassie. She said she had a new deal with Epic. I dressed her like David Bowie. We did a photo shoot at my house. We wrote a mini movie and shot it for the project.
What about Official Girl?
Super cute video.
King of Hearts?
It was fresh. Puff liked it.
Cassie had a green wig?
Yes.
We moved to admit this witness.
At this moment, the prosecution said there is a ceiling issue.
You don't remember this email?
I don't.
Here in 2012, you are setting up a recording session for Cassie.
Mario Wienans was, for the chairman.
For Mr. Combs?
Yes.
When did you learn Cassie was dating?
All right, so Spiritual Gangster says being made to follow her around and keep her in attack could make her feel like, what am I doing? All right. Is Capricorn a producer? No, she was an assistant for Diddy at that time. Sound like she wanted to be in Cassie's position. All right, P. Diddy, oh my goodness. Prophet, she was an assistant. Absolutely. She had to do her job. She was an assistant. But she was most definitely, disgruntled.
Being Kid Cudi.
Fall of 2011. I picked her up there.
You believed that after Thanksgiving, Ms. Ventura and Kid Cudi were what?
Getting to know each other.
Why'd you get her a burner phone at Best Buy?
I told her, you cannot do this on your bad boy phone.
How did you know about burner phones?
All right, Allie Little Baby says Capricorn was passionate about her position, and because Cassie's cheating, she lost her job. And missed out on other opportunities. I would be upset too. Let's go.
I grew up in Los Angeles.
In December 2011, Mr. Combs was at an orphanage in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
I heard it was Russia.
How did Mr. Combs get into your building?
I was told the security guard got fired.
What was his name?
Some random security guard.
What did he look like?
Black guy, younger than 35.
What was Mr. Combs doing with the...
He had it in his hand.
He wasn't pointing it at you?
No.
But you told the government he pointed it at you.
See, now they start pointing out the inconsistencies in her stories over these times. Asked him if Diddy had a strap, and when she said yes. And then he said, did he point it at you? I think she said no. But then they said, well, hold up. You told the prosecutors that he pointed at you. What's going on? Let's see what she say.
It says, or waved it around. That's more correct.
Where did you change into street clothes?
In my closet.
Isn't it true you went so that Mr. Combs wouldn't do something stupid?
No, I went because he said he didn't care.
Naya says, so she's a liar. I don't know. Let's listen.
Didn't want to go.
He's a jealous guy?
He has a bad temper.
To the Escalade, did you pass a security guard?
I saw him in his little hut.
Mr. Combs was behind the driver with a gun on his lap. You made a call?
Not then.
Did you look at Kid Cudi's door to see if they could get through it?
I was not really paying attention. I was so in my head, trying to plan my next step. I was praying that Cudi was not in there.
Did Cassie have 2 rooms?
Cudi took her to one room. She had another.
You are 100% that you called and told them Puff had a gun?
Yes.
This is her talking about the Kid Cudi situation.
I said it very quickly. I didn't want Puff to see me on the phone.
Did you say that Lauren London was on the phone with you and Cassie and Cudi?
No.
Laura London, man, her name has been getting tossed around as well. That's Nipsey Hussle wife, you know, but before he passed away. They've been tossing her name around a lot. Has anybody else out there been hearing about Laura London? You know what I'm saying? Because I most definitely heard Whack 100 say that she was participating in freak-offs.
Only part of the time. I wanted someone to know where I was.
What did you tell her?
I'm scared of mountain lions.
Mountain lions?
I don't know if you know the Hollywood Hills coyotes. Maybe Lauren was on the phone. Maybe. It's such a long time ago.
Are you aware that Lauren and Mr. Combs were friends for years after this?
Yes.
Then you see the Porsche coming up the hill?
Yes. Cudi is in the black Porsche. He stops next to us, then speeds off. We chase him.
Then?
He loses us. We turn away. Then we see police pass us.
You go to pick up Cassie and go where?
Cudi's house. There was ADT there.
Then you go to Mr. Combs' house and you say you see Mr. Combs picking Cassie there and even in the street?
They gonna mess around and call her to the stand. Her name coming up so much.
Yes.
You hung up on the fire inspector?
I did.
When you were on vacation, it was with who?
Rihanna.
After you were fired, what job did you get?
I was hired by Chrisleys to work for 50 Cent.
Here you wrote to Mr. Combs, one day you'll forgive me. Anyway.
Can we get the likes to 200, guys? We need 9 more people to double tap that screen. Get the likes up, y'all. It ain't hard. Click the 3 dots, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you new. We listening to the cross-examination of Capricorn Clark, man. You know what I'm saying? She testified today in the Diddy trial, man. Next, we got Ray J coming up or Suge Knight. It depends on which one y'all want to hear first.
Anyway, be well.
Yes.
You wrote on February 28th, 2015, your grace period to be mad at me has surpassed the agreed time, LOL. You wrote that.
Yes, sir.
Please read that out loud.
I wrote, she was never my friend. She wanted me gone, I realized.
Did you think Cassie wanted you gone?
Sorry. This is complicated.
See? She was never my friend. She wanted me gone. Talking about Cassie. Wow. I told y'all they said that she was jealous of Cassie. I told y'all.
I felt that I was Puff's protector. I felt I was the only one gone. She was still there, and things were getting worse. I tried to keep professionalism as the goal.
You thought you could be his protector?
It was to move the ball toward the goal, to inspire.
Did it hurt that he would only take you back because Cassie wanted?
Yes, I have no parents. My son is autistic.
They asked her, did it hurt? That would only take one back because wanted. And then he says, she says, yes, I have. Yeah, he says, did it hurt that he would only take you back because Cassie wanted? She said, yes. You know what I'm saying? Not because she did a great job, not because she was such an excellent person at what she does, but the only reason why he would allow her back is because of what Cassie wanted him to do. That's crazy. Let's go.
My stakes are higher, sir.
Can I talk to the government?
At this moment, they had a sidebar and then continued.
Just a few more minutes and we'll get you out today.
Thank you, sir.
You did a lot of great work with Cassie in 2016 and 2017, right?
I believe so.
Cassie had addiction problems?
Yes.
You made a short movie with her?
It was called Love a Loser.
You wrote to him asking for forgiveness?
I wanted my life back, my dream, my competency.
When you met with me, you wanted to work for him, right?
We discussed it.
Nothing further.
At this moment, the redirect began.
How much was Mr. Combs required to pay you?
At this moment, the judge asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
What happened with the job with Chrisleys?
He died the day before I was supposed to start. Then, at Interscope, it wasn't about a job. They told me to leave Puff alone.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
I was blacklisted.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
Why did you return?
She swore to God that Diddy blacklisted her, you know what I'm saying? After she left Bad Boy, she couldn't get another gig, y'all. This is crazy. This is towards the end, though.
Return to work for Mr. Combs.
So people could see I wasn't disposable. At this level of business, he held all the power.
Why did you meet them?
Get my life back.
In the king? Did Mr. Combs carry a gun?
Yes.
At this moment, the day in court was over, and that was Capricorn Clark's testimony today.
So at that time, you know what I'm saying, that was all pretty much of what she had to say. Will she be back tomorrow? I don't know. But the day was over. So y'all heard the whole testimony from today, as well as the cross-examination of Capricorn Clark. Like I said, they allege that she secretly had a crush on Diddy, and 2, that she was jealous of Cassie, and 3, that she was a disgruntled employee, y'all. What do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all out there believe that she is credible. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take her word for what she said, and that's okay with me. I'm not saying nobody is innocent and nobody is guilty. I'm just laying out the facts. I let y'all decide all that. I feel like she is being messy. Everyone involved should be arrested for not snitching on him. Let's go, lies everywhere. A fact, spiritual gangster. She was cap. All right. Sean Love Combs. All right, Prophet. I'm reading what y'all saying. I just want to know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all take her testimony as genuine, or do y'all feel like, you know, she might be a part of something bigger? Like I said, you know, with the whole, I seen him put his hands on Cassie. She was in the fetal position. Everybody says that Cassie every time was in a fetal position, man. What's up, lies everywhere? They need to question his mom. They said mammy, but I know you meant the mom. Okay, I bet. All right, so that was all of Capricorn's Clark testimony from today at the Diddy trial. We most definitely got a couple reactions, and we also got Suge Knight. Now, we've been hearing his name brought up, you know, here and there and everywhere. They talking about Diddy had straps to go meet Suge, and we find out that Capricorn Clark used to work for Suge, and we all know the Tupac, Diddy, you know what I'm saying, Suge Knight situation from back in the day with Pop. Suge Knight came out today and basically did an interview and said that he feels like Diddy should walk. He told this to Chris Cuomo over at News Nation. Let's check out what exactly Suge Knight had to say about all of this going on with Diddy, man. Shout out to Naya for that gift. Appreciate it. Shout out to you. Let's see what Suge talking about.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking the opportunity, Suge. Co-founder Death Row Records.
Thank
for
you.
everybody at home. Of course, you know who Suge Knight is. So
well,
you
no
keep coming up.
There's only one founder.
All right, the one and only, the OAO, the OAO, Suge Knight.
Yeah.
So tell us about Capricorn Clark and whether you believe she is a credible witness for the prosecution to make a racketeering case.
Now, y'all hear he asked if Capricorn Clark was a credible witness. No, she used to work for Suge. Let's see what he say.
Against Sean Diddy Combs.
Well, look, I say this all the time. Puffy and I are not friends, but Puffy should definitely walk. At the end of the day, how I know Capricorn and when I first heard about Capricorn, it was back when I was doing prison time. When I was doing prison time, it was a guy that didn't work for Death Row, but he was over the security company. This guy, Capricorn, broke his windshield in the back of his truck.
That's her right
there. He wanted her to pay for it. She couldn't pay for it. A guy named Reggie Wright Jr. told her, well, you got to have sex with me or you pay for it. So she couldn't pay for it, so he forced her to have sex with him, but they were still talking after that, right?
Wow.
But the most important thing is that...
Now, why is Suge Knight coming out and saying all this? I'm just asking, why should look at Suge done put her on blast, y'all. Suge said, man, look, the way I know her, I was locked up, this, that, and the third. She had to pay for a windshield. She couldn't pay for it. She exchanged laying on her back to pay for the, well, I be dog, man. Well, what is going on? Not your former boss putting you down. You had to take a lie detector test for working with Suge. And then Suge come on national TV and say this. What's going on, man? Shout out to LaKendra for that 10-piece. Most definitely appreciate it. This is wild, y'all. This is Suge Knight's account about Capricorn Clark in his own words. Let's go.
It was other executives that was involved in Puffy's life. And for Puffy to be the only guy that gets on the stand is a sad day for hip-hop. Because once Capricorn had got beaten up allegedly, everybody said, well, she got her ass whooped. And when she was approached by an executive from Interscope, and you got to remember, Capricorn wasn't the artist on Interscope. Puffy wasn't doing business with the guy in Interscope. If you guys want his name, I'll tell you.
That's crazy.
And when they talked to him, Interscope gave Capricorn.
Man, I thought that with Suge not liking Diddy, you know, he would have praised Capricorn. But he basically put her in the dirt, guys. Her former boss, Suge Knight, put in the dirt. Lord, have mercy.
$1 million, a check. Don't say nothing about the incident with her and Puffy. She got mad because she had to pay taxes on it. And she thought it was a settlement where she didn't have to pay taxes on it. So when Jimmy Iovine gave her that check, that's when all hell broke off. But at the same time, I don't think this is a case where Puffy should be going to prison.
All right, Lanice says, I think he want his get back the street way. He playing a game. I know he heard Puffy was out to get him. He gonna send some goons if he got out. Man, Lanice, listen, him and Puffy been beefing since '96. If they wanted, if he wanted something done to Diddy, he'd have did it a long time ago. I think they passed that, Lanice. You know what I'm saying? That happened a long time ago. That beef is really old. I feel like over all of this time, from the 90s to the 2000s, if he wanted something done to Diddy, it'd have been already done. What's up, Calico?
And
do you believe Capricorn is Capricorn believable with this story with Diddy?
This is what I do know. I was in New York. And when I was in New York, it was me and a limo driver. That's it. I'm different spots, eating just by myself. I walks out, I see Capricorn, and I see another bitch. So those two hung out with me in New York, from restaurants to running around to doing whatever. So I don't know if the part that she was so scared of Puffy that they wouldn't talk to me.
What you say? What you say, Suge? Suge said she couldn't have been that scared of Puffy. They talked, so if she was that scared, she would have never talked to Suge. That's what he's saying.
Part that she was so scared of Puffy that they wouldn't talk to me.
One more time.
She was so scared of Puffy that they wouldn't talk to me because I'm hanging out with them in New York.
He was hanging out with him in New York.
And I'm not here to badger nobody, but at the same time, when Reggie Wright Jr. basically made Capricorn, she said it over and over.
Hey y'all, let's get Gibbo Station right up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because he on Grindr. Boy, I'll never be on there. Boy, boy. You know what I'm saying? I like coochie too much to be on Grindr. Don't ever lie on my name.
Over. I don't want to have sex with this fat I don't know if I can cuss on here. I just have sex with the fat man.
Too late.
Okay, but they did. And she continued to be around, right? But when it's all said and done, how could every person who's involved with Puffy is not on the stand? Except for Puffy. So at some point, the law got to be blind.
I get it. Suge, thank you very much for giving us.
Hey, for sure. One last thing before I go, you got to remember, Death Row and the Employees and Bad Boy was really good friends. A lot of them. Reggie Wright Jr. and the other guy that be with Puffy, I forgot his name, the other fat dude, right? But they called Reggie Wright Jr. to do security for Puffy and Biggie the night Biggie got shot. So I can't see that they will look at Capricorn affiliation with Death Row that bad and that type of threats. I'll be surprised. Gene, that's his name. Gene and Reggie Wright Jr. is great friends.
Gene Deal, that's who we talking about.
Understanding there's something there. And we just can't jump to conclusions and say, throw Puffy under the bus. Like I said, him and I are not friends, but Puffy definitely should walk. What's right is right, wrong is wrong. You guys enjoy your day. Nice talking to you.
Suge say right is right, wrong is wrong. Him and Puff ain't friends, but he feel like Puff deserves to walk. Y'all think about that. He also basically calls Capricorn Clark Cap, and she was his former employee.
Suge, I appreciate it. We'll speak again. Thank you for your perspective.
Hey, remember one thing. Don't live reverse. You got to live and drive. Go forward, not backwards. Enjoy yourself. I'm out.
Amen. Amen. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download.
So that's what Suge's reaction was to hearing about Capricorn Clark testifying in the Diddy trial, saying that how can she be afraid of Diddy if they was meeting and having conversations with each other in New York? You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. Man, these likes are way light, y'all. Double tap the screen. Get the likes up. Shout out to everybody in the building. Puff nor him will not walk again. All right, QI, it's a lot of people out there that feel like Puff might just walk. They haven't did a great job of proving their case yet. That's what people are saying. Suge is from Cali. It's a gang culture. He gonna have beef with you forever. All right, Lenise, that's what you think. Man, that dude ain't tripping. He'll beef on the outside. You know what I'm saying? He ain't too much worried about him while he's serving that time. Puff might get some time, but not a lot. All right, Tanya. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If you feel like he gonna walk, he might just walk. If you don't feel like he gonna walk, he might just have to stay in there. All right. So that was and I ain't gonna lie, you know, it was a lot different than what I thought Suge was gonna say. But hey, those were his words. What's up, Valerie? You know, he basically called her a cow. Take it up with Suge. Don't take it up with me. I didn't say he did. But anyway, all right. So y'all know celebrities be coming out and speaking just like Suge spoke. We got Brandy, little brother, back on the menu. He has popped out. You know what I'm saying? He got all this stuff to say. Yeah, Brandy, little brother, Ray J, has popped out. Now remember, Ray J said that somebody in Diddy's camp, his sons allegedly, or somebody around his sons allegedly fired shots at him after a party one day. You know what I'm saying? And then we heard that all of a sudden he had got threatened or something like that, and he started singing a different tune. He started, you know, he went on TMZ and gave a little interview and was saying this and that. They told him to be quiet, you know. Well, Ray J's back speaking. And guess what? Now he's screaming, "Free Diddy, man. You can't make this up." Let's go. We got Ray J on Pierce Morgan. You know what I'm talking about free Diddy, man. I'm just bringing it to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you can we get 300 on the like, man? We've been over 400 people all night. Double tap that screen. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Subscribe to the channel if you new. This is Ray J talking to Pierce Morgan on Diddy. Let's go.
Altercation with Diddy's sons, and then several weeks later, someone tries to kill you. People think that maybe Diddy has something to do with what happened.
I just think that we need to just chill. We need to let Puffy go.
But I'm just going to get in my head right. When you said they tried to...
That boy say, I think we just need to chill. We need to let Puffy go. Yeah, I bet, Ray J. Brandy, come get your brother.
Kill me. Who tried to kill you? Well, Diddy is back in court this week as his federal sex trafficking trial resumes in Manhattan. Rapper Kid Cudi testified on Friday that his car was blown up on his driveway when he dated Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Makeup artist Myla Morales testified about Diddy's violence and cited her interview on this very show. Must be difficult viewing for those who once counted Sean Combs' Diddy as a friend, or one very close confidant is the singer and entrepreneur Ray J, who joins me exclusively for his first interview
Randy,
since
come
the trial
get your brother.
began. Ray J, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
A lot of people have been waiting to hear what you have to say since this trial commenced. So let me just start by asking you that very question. It's been running now.
Now you said I don't even think Brandy like her brother. Lord have mercy, man. This is crazy, y'all. Ray J talking about free Diddy. He done switched his stance once again.
For several weeks. What is your view of how this case is going?
I think it's kind of becoming a circus, and with all the allegations, and now with everybody explaining like what's happening in the bedroom, I mean, every day it just sounds crazier and crazier and freakier and weirder, right? And I'm like trying to understand, with all this being said, like with Kid Cudi going on and saying everything that happened, but then ended up saying Cassie played both of us. You know, it's like, where are we trying to go? Are we just trying to like tell all of these crazy stories and then that equals out to sex trafficking? I mean, it's starting to become...
Once again, now Ray J is saying what a lot of people have been saying. Where is all of these allegations? What are they proving? Is this just to expose Diddy's ex-life, you know, or is this to get to some hard facts about being caught in traffic, you know, all of these different type of things? People are feeling like the state isn't proving a case. They're more or less just humiliating Diddy than they are trying to win this case as far as charges.
Outrageous. It's a RICO case. It's really only Diddy and maybe one other person. Like, I'm just starting to feel uncomfortable, and I'm starting to feel weird about this whole thing.
Well, it was certainly interesting last week when I interviewed this guy who had the pseudonym The Punisher, who was hired, and it was Cassie Ventura.
Let's not bring up the Punisher anymore. Leave the Punisher where he at. You know what I'm saying? Leave that dude where he at with his funny looking self. The being in traffic is paying people to cross state lines and then using employees to get it done. All right, Miss Tanya.
So it was a sort of very interesting interview because Cassie Ventura did all the negotiating, did all the payments, and did all the texting to him. Diddy would sit in the corner of a hotel room naked, and he would watch, with her apparent full consent, this guy come in and have sex with her. And it happened maybe a dozen times over a 2.5-year period. Now, none of that says to me that that is a serious crime. If she is the one that is organizing it all. Now, she is arguing it was coercion and so on. You know all these people very well. You know Cassie Ventura. You know Diddy well. When you saw that interview, maybe you saw the one that I did, but when you saw that guy talk, what was your takeaway from that?
I was just thinking, like, what year are we in? Like, it feels like we're in this vortex of like this dominatrix story.
Lord, man, Brandy, come get your brother.
About all of these different characters that are coming out and the names and the nicknames. And I mean, it's intense. I think that it's entertaining for sure. And it's definitely press worthy. But at the end of it all, it's like, this is what Diddy is being charged for, and this is what he possibly might serve a lot of jail time for. I don't understand it, and I really want to know where this is all gonna go and where does this lead? Because again, it's weird, it's freaky.
Let's go, y'all. Thank you for that 10-piece. She said, Mahel, to your earlier question, repeated information, even if inaccurate, can create an illusion of truth in the minds of jurors. Let's go, y'all. Thank you for that 10-piece. So that's why you saying basically with the fetal position thing. Yo, they keep on talking about this fetal position. Let's go, though. We got Brandy brother up here, Ray J, you know what I'm saying? Basically backtracking, you know what I'm saying? His whole stories from earlier, you know, in the year to now he's back to free Diddy.
Like the whole oral thing with.
And let's not forget, they said that Ray J was at a lot of these Diddy parties as well. What's up, Kiss?
The 19 guys and the blisters. I mean, it feels like they're just trying to paint these pictures of Diddy, and I was around Diddy all the way pretty much up until the arrest, and all I got from that when I hung out with Diddy, and this is word to my mom and kids. He's always inspired me to be great. When I left, I felt like I could do more for my business. I felt
all right,
like
I'm gonna give you a shout, my guy. All right, Charm Life says, I don't understand what you guys don't see. The prosecution don't understand what you guys don't see. The prosecution don't understand what you guys don't see. The prosecution blatantly proved. Okay, I bet.
More power because I wanted to be more vocal and running my companies and call my wife if we were getting into it and send her flowers. I mean, these are all the things he was instilling to me and all of the young guys around that were inspired and you know, look at him as a mentor. So now these private things that happen when
Brandy,
we were
come get your
around
brother.
and never even got a chance to see this kind of crazy stuff. It just sounds like this was a private, personal thing that was happening, and now it's starting to become it's diabolical. I mean, if that's the...
Hey, y'all don't remember when Ray J tried to start his little news podcast? You know what I'm saying? After going on Chris Cuomo every day. Y'all remember when Ray J was on Chris Cuomo almost every day like he was a newsman. And then he started a news channel. Whatever happened to that? They said that Diddy people got after him. Ray J went silent. We hear no more from him until now. Now he done popped back out talking about, hey, free Diddy, free Diddy. Yeah, I bet they done scared Ray J straight.
Right word. It's chilling and it's scary for a lot of people out there in this business like us who are trying to walk the right path and connect with the right people when there's things that you do when you make bad mistakes. But this is like an overflow of just complete negativity.
Dang, LaSoul. Dang, a hood rap podcast. Whoa, man. Hey, man, I call it, man, we trapping over here, dog. What do you mean? I could never be a hood rat, man. What are you talking about, man? I could never be a hood rat. Hell you talking about, woman? What in the entire hell is going on? Said hood rat. We got you up out of here the fastest. You the only hood rat we know. You know what I'm saying? You probably standing on a corner somewhere right now with it going for cheap. You know what I'm saying? You got a $9.99 coochie. Don't you ever come over here and disrespect me.
So it sounds to me, unless I'm wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you think that there's been a massive overreach here. This is personal behavior between Diddy and Cassie Ventura that we've seen so far, that it doesn't cross the line from where you sit into serious crime under the RICO law, which of course was, intended for mafia members and so on. Do you think that's what we're witnessing here with this case? That this was consensual? It may be freaky, it may be sexually deviant, it may be all these things.
You hear me,
apparently consensual.
Yeah, got it over there going for the low. I'm talking about she got them Jeezy prices over here, $17.5. Yeah, better get on somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Coming here talking about hood rat. Yeah, girl almost said, boy, you know what I'm saying? Your sister.
Sexual behavior and not a crime.
I agree, and there's things that we saw in these videos, and they were disturbing, and that's not okay, right? But looking at the crimes that he's being charged for, this is where it starts to go overboard, and it's like whoever was mad at the top was really mad, and I think we're here now. And I think it's a flex.
Ray J, what you got in the side of your hair, boy? Ray J over here with the 1993 parts in his head. Shout out to Naya for the thumbs up, man. What in the entire world is going on with the side of his head? Oh my God, let's go.
Because what are they trying to get out of this in this court case? Does everybody that's talking about these stories, do they want to see Puffy rot in jail? Is that what we're here for? Because I just think that that's unfair, and just knowing everybody, it just could have been done a different way. And now it's starting to worry me. And I honestly think that Diddy will get out. And I think that there's really no, there's nothing
not
here,
your mother's
right?
role
I think they made their point, whatever they were trying to make. Your point is made. Now let Diddy out. Free Diddy.
Wow, you think he's gonna walk?
Y'all hear him?
Now let Diddy out. Free Diddy.
Wow, you think
your point is made. Now let Diddy out. Free Diddy.
Wow, you think
your point is made. Now let Diddy out. Free Diddy.
Wow, you think he's gonna walk?
They done got to that boy. Yeah, he is singing a different tune on today. He said, let Diddy out, free Diddy.
I think so. And I think, I personally think it's going to happen faster than a lot of people think, because I think we're all starting to see what this is. Even if you're on the other side of it, I mean, the justice system.
Miss Fat said they got his tapes. Let's go.
The justice system. Where does this fit in right as opposed to right and wrong? It's off. And I don't like it.
Here's my problem.
And I want to be vocal about it.
Right, so I've met Diddy a couple of
DS5 say he has been got, man. I'm telling y'all, he's singing a different tune.
times at social functions many years ago. And he was perfectly polite and nice to me, and we had a perfectly civilized conversation. One was an Oscars party, one was an event in London. I have to say, when I watched the video that was leaked of him attacking Cassie Ventura in that hotel corridor, I did think then, well, you're not the person I thought I knew from everything I'd read and heard. You're a very violent person, capable of beating up a woman. That is...
Hey, y'all, it's 450 people in here, man. Double tap that screen, get the likes up. We should be at 300 by now. What is taking so long? Click the 3 dots, hit the thumbs up. We should be at least 300 with 450 people, y'all. Y'all slacking on the likes. I got faith in y'all. I know we can get the likes up. Let's get the likes up for your boy one time, man. I'm giving y'all the content. I'm giving y'all the time. I ain't asked y'all for $1. Only thing I asked y'all for is to double tap that screen, enjoy the show, you know what I'm saying, and subscribe if you new, man. You can't beat that. All of that is free. It don't cost you $1. It's all free. Get the lights up, you know what I'm saying? Get the lights up.
Despicable. And if you're capable of that, and that's just what we saw on a CCTV bit of footage by chance, then what else are you capable of? What do you say to people like me who looked at that and go, well, this guy is a vicious, nasty piece of work?
Listen, I was very hurt when I saw the video. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was very disappointed, and I still am. And my heart goes out to Cassie for me just watching that. Right? It's not okay. And there's nothing about that was okay.
What's up, Slim?
And I can't say but after that, because that's just what that is. And I feel the same way you feel. But on the top of what we're doing now, and even with the tape being altered, I heard, and they're not going to be able to use it probably in court because...
They most definitely used it, and it was most definitely shortened. But what they did was the prosecution said they put out the whole video instead of just that little piece that CNN put out. The defense put out the whole 15-minute video, but it still didn't change nothing. He still did what he did.
Because it was altered before it was put out, that puts a spin on it. It doesn't put the spin on what he did. But the altered tape, that as opposed to sex trafficking and...
Naya says Ray J talks sassy.
And a RICO, and now it's in this mafia setting. It just doesn't, they don't go together. If he was charged for something else that maybe had fit what we saw, we all kind of would understand what's going on. But
we got Sylvia here says, what did he say? Let me find you again. I didn't let you slide. I'm gonna most definitely find you. What you say, Sylvia? Sylvia here mad. See, I guess they might have deleted your comment because I don't see it no more. Silver says, yeah, we got grown adults in here that's that wants views and likes. Buddy, this is YouTube. Wait, where you thought you was? This is YouTube. Everybody wants you to hit the like button on YouTube. This is YouTube. Man, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't you want a person to hit the like button on YouTube? What are we saying? That be the dumbest stuff ever. Every person you see on YouTube, let me tell y'all something. Let me just break this down, and then I'm going to let Ray J talk. Every person that you see on YouTube is doing stuff for clicks and views. They doing it for clicks and views and likes. This is YouTube. Don't be slow your whole life. Most definitely double tap my screen, get my likes up, subscribe to my channel if you new, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You know what I'm saying? He said, find you something to do. I got something to do. It's what I'm doing right now. Saying hit the like button, which is double tapping the screen. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't blocked, block him.
Charges and what's being done, it's not okay.
I am the proud owner of 2 cats, which are named after 2 Arsenal football legends. And like their owner, they are extremely demanding. How fortunate then that today's show is sponsored by Smalls, which happens to make incredible cat food. This stuff is packed with high-quality protein, made with preservative-free ingredients, and is delivered directly to your doorstep. They started this back in 2017 with a few guys cooking good quality cat food at home. Now they've sold millions of cat meals nationwide.
Hear about no cat
For a limited percent of your first order by using the promo. Listen, I don't disagree with you. I think a lot of the stuff coming out is quite baffling. In the sense of it all appears on the face of it to be pretty
Can y'all drop a 1 if you can still hear me? We ain't froze or lost connection or something. You know what I'm saying? Let me know that y'all can still hear and see me. Everything is good. Drop a 1 in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If we all good. Because I guess it's going, something done went on with the house Wi-Fi. I'm working off my phone. What's the name? Okay, I see the ones. I bet we still good. I had to make sure we didn't lose service or something. Let's go.
What's happening, man? Sensual, albeit stuff that most people may not want.
Your man in your face. Absolutely. You understand me? I knew.
Oh, let's get you on mute. It must have came back on or something. Hold up. Where was I at? I was right here.
Engaging. You know, I felt that when I interviewed that guy, the Punisher. I thought he was a very credible witness and a very credible interviewee, actually. When did you last talk to Diddy yourself? Wow. Yeah.
I spoke to Diddy maybe a week and a half before it all went down. And we didn't talk long because, again, like, I love Diddy and I love the family. And when I was vocal about what happened,
I bet you do love Diddy, boy.
I guess they didn't take it as if I was supporting. And so the family and I kind of got, you know, on the wrong page. But if you really look at what I was saying and what I'm saying now is that stories are being created and it's starting to feel like it's the world against Diddy. And I feel for him, you know what I mean? And I'm actually worried about him in this state now because it's a dangerous world. And
I almost miss you, Ali. I like to most definitely shout out all the people who donate to the channel because I am appreciative. Shout out to Ali Lullaby who says, I got 5 on it. Thank you very much. There's no amount that's too small or too large. Shout out to you for most definitely super chatting that 5, man. Appreciate it. That boy said, hey, man, he loved Diddy. Let's go, Ray J.
We're just seeing a lot of things unfold and power being played. And it's a circus act. I mean, how many more stories do we got to hear? I mean, this is some really freaky stuff that I think it should be kept private. And it's just starting to get freakier and dirtier. And you know, you could just smell it in the room. And it's just not okay.
Did you ever attend the freak off?
He said that it was getting freakier and dirtier, and you could just smell it in the room. I bet you could. That was your account of the freak offs, Ray J. Because they saying that you was at a couple of them, but I'm gonna go allegedly.
These infamous freak offs.
Well, I attended a lot of parties with Diddy, but there was never a freak off. Like, even the word freak offs, right? We've never used that term whenever we went to a Diddy party.
They don't believe you, Ray J. They said you was in that thing.
Diddy party was where most people couldn't get in. And the top of the top, the A-listers are out on the scene. And if you don't have the...
Hold on. Let me do this. I'm finna put a poll in the chat, y'all. Finna put a poll in the chat. Hold on, we finna see. We finna see what the audience think why you talk, Ray J. Hold up. I'm putting it in the chat. Hold on, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all vote. All right, here we go. All right, I just put the poll in the chat, man. Make sure y'all vote on whether or not y'all think Ray J was at a Diddy freak-off party. Let's go.
Proper invitation, or if you're not one of the who's of Hollywood, it's impossible to get in. whatever door they're talking about, the freaky door, I never got an invitation, never knew it existed. And I feel like in my world that I'm in, and I like to party and have fun, at least I would have got an invitation.
There were two things, Ray J, that happened to you in close proximity. I wanted to talk to you.
The poll is in the chat, guys. Vote yes or no. Do you think, it says, was Ray J at a Diddy FO, which is a freak off? Let me know by voting on the poll in the chat, man. Y'all got about 15 more minutes before I end it. I'm keeping it up there as long as he talking. What's up, Sko fan?
One was in October 2024. You've alluded to a bit of a falling out with Diddy's family. You got into a fight with Diddy's sons, Christian, Quincy, and Justin outside a Halloween party. They were upset. It was reported about comments you'd made about their father. What can you tell me about that?
All right, so now he's talking about the altercation that he had with Diddy's sons.
It got a little intense. You know, they approached me a couple times about just seeing me in a couple of the interviews I did. So this was the third time that they approached me, and so this time I was more aggressive and more defensive. The first two times I kind of just let it go because I understand.
What's up,
it's your dad and you feel a certain way. But the third time is where I kind of like went left, and we kind of all had this really.
What is 467 people in the building and only 69 votes? Make sure you vote on the chat, the poll in the chat, man. Vote on the poll in the chat. What y'all doing?
Intense kind of like scuffle, but it you know, again, like I walked away, and I think they were just trying to make their point, as any sons would, you know. But luckily, you know, Chris was there to stop it, and then we were able to get on the phone and talk about it as men and come to an understanding. But it was intense, and it's mind blowing because I mean I'm older, so it's like I can't. There's no way I'm gonna actually physically try to fight you guys. I've been knowing you guys since you guys were little. What are we doing? I mean, it's just I left that night just feeling really awkward, and again, you know, you always got to be the bigger person, especially when you're the older person. So I hope I handled it correctly. Moving forward.
Denise said they would have kicked Ray J butt. All right, bet. What's up, Miss Pooh Bear?
And Ray J, what was it? What was it you'd said about Diddy they particularly took objection to?
I think that they thought that when I said certain comments like asses are being taken in ways that nobody can explain, certain things I said went extremely viral, and I think they might have taken it out of context. So it happened like that. And most of the interviews I was doing were going extremely viral. And so I think they looked at it wrong.
If you feel like he was at the freak house, most definitely vote on the poll that's in the chat, guys. It's a poll that says, was Ray J at Diddy FO, which means was he at the freak house? Let me know by voting on the chat. You don't have to type it in the comments. Just vote it in the chat box down there. Vote. It's a yes or no. You know what I'm saying? Let me know.
At it now, I think they understand my point, and they knew I wasn't trying to take shots at Diddy. That's the last thing I would do, is do that. I just wanted to make sure that people knew how I felt, because that was the first few times I've seen the video.
He said that he wasn't taking shots at Diddy. Man, we watched you every time. You was most definitely taking shots at Diddy. But since you bumped into his sons, now you are singing a different tune. We understand. They always doing nasty things. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you new, man.
Video of him and Cassie. So at that point, I was still charged and upset. But now, as we let this thing kind of play out and where we are today, there's a lot of glitches in the system. And I just think that we need to just chill. We need to let Puffy go. And this needs to be put.
He said we need to chill. We need to let Puffy go. But what are you saying, Ray J?
There's a lot of glitches in the system.
Glitches in the system.
I just think that we need to just chill. We need to let Puffy go. And this needs to be put to bed, and they need to just work their differences out. privately, even now, and just move on. Like we've
Ray J,
all just had enough.
In November, November the 12th, 2024, you went on Instagram on your stories to say you'd survived an alleged shooting. Let's take a look at what you said.
Here you go. Put him on blast.
Just tried to shoot me and tried to kill me, and you want me to apologize? You.
Oh.
Now, you said they tried to kill me and you want me to apologize. Fuck you. What happened there?
Let's hear this.
that was a.
Look at Ray J. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it.
that was a tough day. I really don't want to talk about that day too much because I don't want that day to happen again.
Yeah, I bet you don't. You know what I'm saying? So he basically admits it got kind of hectic that day, you know, and he refused to talk about it again because he doesn't want it to happen again. Yeah, they done scared our boy Ray J straight, man. Brandy, come get your brother.
And I was able to just kind of figure out what it is and what it was. And so for me, just for everybody's safety and for just having the information and just keeping it to myself, it's just better for my safety. But it was. He
said having the information and keeping it to himself is just better for his safety. Oh, all right, Ray J, I bet.
Something that I don't wish on nobody, but
yeah, they probably told him, hey, Ray J, if you keep on talking about our pops, we're gonna release your tape. Yeah, you know, we got you on a couple of tapes, boy. Yeah, you keep on talking about our dad, we're gonna drop your tape. Ray J was like, man, you know what? Free Diddy.
For my safety and just for everything that happened, I just don't want to talk about it because I don't want to relive it again or
let's go.
Bring that kind of heat back up and then it's happening again.
Sure, but just to be clear, did somebody actually shoot at you?
Oh, no. They didn't shoot me. It was at my truck. And when I was trying to stay in one place and let it die down,
let's go.
The place I was in made me leave and go right back out into the action. And that's when I was being vocal about it because I really needed to lay low. They didn't want me there anymore. So they kind of just pushed me out right back into the situation. And it's unfortunate because I don't want to be in that kind of situation and I don't even want to have that kind of vibe around me. And that's when I just started doing my news show.
You know what? You exactly right. She said Ray J became famous because of a tape. Absolutely. So he's no stranger to having this tape put out. But he was on the tape with Kim K. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine when they should put out that tape, you know what I'm saying, of him, you know what I'm saying, let me make John. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't Kim K. What if they put out that tape with him and John sliding in baby oil?
Doing news is just a different kind of business, and it brings about so many people that you didn't know even existed.
Scott,
and it got a little scary. And so that's why I kind of calmed down from doing my news show, which I'm going to start it back up. But it just got a little hot in the kitchen, and it just wasn't worth it, and it wasn't worth, you know, I got kids, and the schools are tripping, and the parents, and I just needed to have peace. And it's crazy when you have an opinion and when you believe in things and you do news. So, I mean, I know your job is probably super tough, and I'm sure people are mad all the time from so many different ways, so many different countries. So I respect what you do, and hats off, man, because it's definitely a dangerous business.
But I'm just going to get in my head right. When you said they tried to kill me, who tried to kill you?
Look at Pierce. Pierce steady trying to get to the bottom of it. You said they was trying to unalive you. Who exactly was unalive you? Ray J like, man, I can't tell you asking too many questions, dog. At the same time, plugging his news show. Let's go, Ray J. Let's hear your explanation, dog.
Who tried to kill you?
See, that's something that I don't want to get into because, again, if I do, now I'm back to the beginning of where we were. And so for me, I made promises. We cleared the air on certain things in Los Angeles, and everything is good now.
Key word. He said, I made promises. Yeah, he promised them he wasn't going to be saying that no more. He promised he going to be screaming, free Diddy from now on. He don't want no problems. He don't want no more problems, y'all. He don't want no more problems.
And so for me, I made promises. We cleared the air on certain things in Los Angeles, and everything is good now. So I just want to leave it at that. Just to be on a positive.
Some people, Ray J, as you know, some people were connecting what they thought were dots here.
Exactly,
you had a massive altercation with Diddy's sons, and then several weeks later, someone tries to kill you. People think that maybe Diddy has something to do with what happened. Can you say that either way?
I know for sure.
Can you say that either way?
Look at Ray J's face.
With what happened. Can you say that either way?
I know for sure.
Can you say that either way?
I know for sure that's not what that was. And again, you know, he's locked up and he's going through his own issues. You know, I don't think he's worried about me at that level. But again, it is something that you don't want to experience and you don't want to kind of relive. You kind of want to keep a clean slate. And I'm learning as I go on how loud I can go and how much information I can give and how much information I can't. And I'm learning through the process, and that was definitely an eye-opener.
Yes, it has his whole demeanor changed, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he went in straight hour mode, man. I'm talking about, yeah. He went to stuttering and everything. Look.
And then several weeks later, someone tries to kill you. People think that maybe Diddy has something to do with what happened. Can you say that either way?
Look at him.
I know for sure that's not what that was. And again, you know, he's locked up and he's going through his own issues.
Oh, that boy lying.
You know, I don't think he's worried about me.
That boy is lying.
At that level. But again, it is something that you don't want to experience and you don't want to kind of relive. You kind of want to keep a clean slate.
Oh, man. Can we get Ray J on a lie detector test ASAP? Something within me says that Ray J is capping, y'all. Cap. Doing all this. Talking all this. Man on Pyru. Bap.
I'm learning as I go on how loud I can go and how much information I can give and how much information I can't. And I'm learning through the process, and that was definitely an eye-opener.
Ray J, in the TMZ documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, you said that multiple high-profile celebrities were paying alleged victims to keep their names out of the scandal. You didn't name anyone, but do you still believe that to be the case?
Yeah, I mean, I believe a lot of things are going on behind the scenes like that, and I said that just from experience of just my own.
Ray J is a horrible liar, man. He got me cracking up over here, boy. You is the worst liar ever, man. Lord.
That and I said that just from experience.
Yeah, he bapping.
Just my own life and how it goes when information is important and it shouldn't be leaked or put out, and this is what we'll give you or this is what we'll do to you. It's like an either or kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's happening every day, and it seems like it's like a movie, and then people just talk about it, and it's like this just conversation, but it's real and it's scary and it's uncomfortable at times, you know. But I think everything comes out when it's supposed to come out in the light, and sometimes people will do anything for it not to come out. Anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes people will do anything for it not to come out, like you, that you was at a freak off.
When it's supposed to come out in the light, And sometimes people will do anything for it not to come out.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. That is
Some
true.
of your favorite stars that you love and you look up to, you know,
Stormy.
to people that people adore.
Stormy, I've been said it the whole time. He's whistling a whole different tune that he was whistling at first. He got into it with Diddy's sons. Man, Ray J is a changed man. He over here screaming, "Free Diddy, free Diddy, free Diddy!" Yeah, all that. Well, they the ones that shot? No, nobody popped that. Man, Diddy lied. He didn't have nothing to do. Man, celebrities are man. No, they ain't do none of that. Man, he is most definitely backtracking.
Sometimes the other side is much darker than they think.
Yeah, I know that only too well from people in the Hollywood circles. Ray J, I really appreciate you coming on Uncensored. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow. Good times. Talk soon.
Man, hold up.
Come back on again. I enjoyed that conversation.
Boy, look at his face. He know he was lying. Ray J, boy, you know you was lying. Look, this is the face when you make when you know you lying. When you done lied and you know you done lied, this is the face that you make, man. You know what I'm saying? When you just went on Piers Morgan, capping, you know what I'm saying? Cap. You look like this when you through, man. I'm just saying, man. And that is the truth, man. That is the face you make. You know what I'm saying? When you realize that the people know that you are capping, buddy. Cap.
Thank you. I would love to. I got more to say, too. This was just a buzz.
No, you don't.
Okay, great.
You don't got more to say, Ray J. You capping. You just told him basically a bunch of lies, unless you're going to come back and tell the truth next time.
Do a longer one next time. Thank you.
All right.
So that was Ray J, y'all, on this whole Diddy situation. As we seen, he has most definitely started singing a whole different tune, y'all. He is not the Ray J he once was after getting into it with Diddy's son. Man, Ray J started changing his tune, you know, singing a whole different song. If he had one wish, he would have never said what he said. If he had one wish, he would have never got in a freak off bed. You know what I'm saying? Playing with that Diddy, y'all. All right, let's end the poll. All right, so I asked y'all, do y'all think that Diddy that Ray J participated in a Diddy freak off? You know what I'm saying? 7 out of 209 votes, 86 of y'all voted yes, and 13% of y'all voted no. So the majority says that Ray J, you know what I'm saying, they believe he participated in a freak off. I believe it too. Y'all ain't for. I think he was there for it all. I think he most definitely was in attendance for some of those freaky dicky Diddy freak offs. I'm just saying. I could be wrong. Allegedly, I'm gonna put that out there. All right. So we went through Suge Knight. We went through what's her name? Capricorn Clark. We got all them up out the way, man. That's interview time. You know what I'm talking about? This Diddy stylist. I think she even testified, if I'm not mistaken. She most definitely gave a one-on-one interview with what she witnessed that happened to Cassie. I think we seen her right here one day on Piers Morgan, you know what I'm saying, basically saying she wouldn't even be testifying, but I think she did, if I'm not mistaken. She was like a makeup artist or something like that. Y'all gonna know who I'm talking about when I put her picture up here. All right, let's see, right here. Y'all remember her? Marla Morel. Y'all remember her? Tell me if y'all remember her. She most definitely gave an interview, you know what I'm saying, to where she was talking about what she witnessed Diddy do to Cassie, man. Without further ado, you know what I'm saying, let's most definitely get into her interview, you know what I'm saying. Y'all let me know if y'all think she is telling the truth or is she another capper. Man, I didn't get a chance to screenshot the Bappery face. All right, you're going to have to rewind it when we done. Let's go.
Just met her. She was the sweetest girl. I always looked at her as like my little sister. And she was young. She was like always so sweet and such a beautiful spirit.
Well, you're one of the few people who are actually
What's up,
speaking
How
up about what they
Paranormal?
saw. Why have you come forward now?
Well, I have a long standing history with Puff and Cass is a friend of mine, and I met her before she was in the music industry. And, you know...
Yes, there are some Carmelo Anthony updates, Jillian. I might hit y'all with some of that tomorrow, a little bit earlier in the day, but there are some updates on that situation. This is Diddy's, I believe she is the makeup artist. She was recalling the history of abuse that she watched Cassie endure.
I've kept this very quiet for 14 years. I mean, it's been a very long time. And once I saw the video, I just felt like I need to say something, you know, and I know that it's frowned upon to talk about, you know, these sort of things when you're in the industry, you know, because you're dealing with a very powerful person. And, but they're, you know, humans are involved, and Cass is she's a woman, and she's
calling her Cass, but she's talking about Cassie.
Was treated very poorly, and not just poorly, but like it's almost I don't even know the word for it.
14 years is a long time to stay quiet about something you knew.
Yeah, and I had to, because, you know, I am an industry professional, and
she stayed quiet for 14 years about what she witnessed Diddy do to Cassie. Why y'all think she decided to speak up now?
There's certain things that you can't really come forward with. Even with Cassie, being with Cassie at the time, we both couldn't say anything. You know, so we just kind of kept quiet about it and went about our lives after that.
That must take its toll after a while, knowing what you saw and then now knowing what we're hearing. How are you feeling looking back on those years?
Well, looking back and also with the court cases coming out in November, reading them through, I was just really shocked to see what he was doing to her. And that really triggered me as a woman and as a friend. It really it put me in a little bit of a deep depression, because I couldn't believe that these things were going on and I didn't know about it. And I just found out, with the rest of the world, that all the things that Puff had done to Cassie behind closed doors was really shocking to me.
Are you feeling a bit guilty?
Yeah.
Now remember, this woman right here, they take what she says is very credible, because I think she was Diddy and Cassie's makeup artist for a long time.
Of course. I mean, how can I, as a human being, how could I not feel guilty? You know, especially introducing her to this world, because I knew her as a model when she was 16, 17 years old, pre-music industry. And, you know, she's just like a little sister to me all those years. And for me to witness what I witnessed in 2010 was really shocking. And honestly, I still have PTSD from that experience. You know, because I mean, we couldn't really talk to anyone about it. Not a therapist, not, you know, people around us. We had to keep that very silent for so many years. And that's just not a good place to be.
Puff Daddy at the time, Diddy now, he is such a huge name in that industry. You understand why you can't dob on him, but to not even be able to speak to people in that circle, in that industry, I mean, that's painful to hear.
Yeah, and there's nothing we can't do anything about it. We have to sign NDAs, and you know, if
this is Diddy's former makeup artist and Cassie's former makeup artist speaking on what she witnessed Diddy do to Cassie, man. Make sure y'all double tapping that screen. Get the likes up. Don't stop moving the likes, man. Let's get the likes to 400. Double tap that screen, y'all. Most definitely subscribe to the channel if you new.
Come out, something could happen to us. In the process, lose our jobs, lose our life. You know, there's so many things that can happen, and these are things.
Did she say lose our lives? Did y'all hear that? She said there were so many things that could have possibly happened to us, like lose our jobs, lose our lives. Lord have mercy.
You know, if we do come out, something could happen to us. In the process, lose our jobs, lose our life. You know, there's so many things that can happen, and these are things that we have to think about prior to, you know, coming out. And the only reason why I am now is because everything is out in the open, and it's actually kind of cathartic for me to, you know, speak about it. And like, if I can help another, you know, woman go through her experience.
Let's go, Lanice. Something must have happened, because you remember in the beginning when we was watching on Pris Morgan and she had on them funny glasses, she said she loved Diddy. She'll never testify against Diddy or none of that stuff. Now look at her.
Experiences, and you know, that to me is just, I want to be able to, like, you know, pay it forward somehow.
One of the striking things for me has been seeing how young Cassie was at the time when she entered that world. She looked like a baby, but it started so soon.
Yeah, she was very young. I mean, she was like only in her teens, you know, and it was the early part of her life, like the early part of our lives. We just wanted to have fun and like go out and like, you know, enjoy our lives at an early age. She was
all right. We got Scott. Oh no, not Scott, but Camilla says, "I'm sorry, I would never consider Cassie a victim. She should be in jail, right with Diddy." Yeah, let's go.
Already experiencing some of the things that, you know, we wouldn't have never even thought about in our lifetime.
What's up,
you know?
Teron? Make sure y'all, hey, listen.
Really just
y'all keep coming in speaking to me. Make sure y'all double tap that screen and subscribe to the channel if you new, man. We do this nightly from 12 a.m. Central Standard Time until I run out of content or get tired, man. So we most definitely in the building with everything news. Right now we breaking down the Diddy case, man. We listening to Diddy's former makeup artist, you know what I'm saying, basically tell us what she witnessed Diddy do to Cassie.
It was disappointing and
what's up, Dark Angel?
Shocking at the same time.
Take me to 2010, what you know. Prior to that incident, had you seen anything awry leading up to that moment?
Not with Cass and Puffy. I mean, like, honestly, like, I worked with Puff as his groomer with Kim Porter. I traveled the world with them. So, like, you know, as
she was also around for Kim Porter, guys. I wonder what she knows about that.
Like I said, as an industry professional, we go, do our jobs, and then leave.
What signs did you see that now, looking back in retrospect, were concerning?
Of course, he's, you know, he's Puffy. He's
I believe you, Kenya. Kenya says Diddy was a menace for real.
I can't even explain it. I mean, like, what you see on video is who he is. Like, what you see, how Puff behaves in videos and social media, that's Puff. You know, and we've always just kind of like shrugged it off our shoulders. That's just Puff.
It's a really common thing that's said, isn't it? You know, that's just Puff. You're privileged to work here, I suppose.
That's exactly what it is. Like, you know, we're dealing with like A-list celebrities. That's kind of like our position. You know, you're privileged to be there and fortunate to be in these rooms with, you know, the 1% of the world. And as, you know, with my career, I was just really focused on Mila and what I'm gonna do as far as like my work. So everything else just kind of like, what was I supposed to do in those moments? But just take care.
You supposed to call the police
of Cass as a human being, you know, and you knowing her for so long, it's just like the big sister that has to take care of their little sister. And that's the only thing I can do behind closed doors.
Well, take me to that moment. What abuse did you witness?
Well, I was...
All right, she finna get to spilling the beans about what kind of abuse she seen Cassie take at the hands of Diddy, guys.
Outside of the room. So we were just coming from a photo shoot, and we were in the hotel room. I fall asleep on the couch because, you know, we were just out all day. I wake up to him storming in the room and screaming, "Where is she?" They shut the door and everything just started happening. And I saw the aftermath, you know, the bruises, the busted lip, the knots on the...
Shout out to Kiss for gifting that membership. Most definitely appreciate it. If you are the person that receives that and you in the building, make sure you thank her.
Head, and you know, of course we couldn't take her to a hospital, so we went back to my house, and I called my friend who's a doctor.
She said we couldn't take Cassie to the hospital, so they took her back to her house and called her friend who is a doctor, you know, basically to look at Cassie. Why they didn't take her to the hospital?
And thank God she was in town, and I asked her to treat Cass at the time because we couldn't go to the hospital. We couldn't call anyone.
You felt like you couldn't?
No, we couldn't. You think we could have done that back then? No. Absolutely not. That would not be safe for any of us.
That's terrifying to think, Marla, that you didn't feel safe actually.
Okay, she said it wouldn't be safe for anybody. Remember, she said they could lose their job or their lives.
Going to an emergency room when your friend was really badly injured.
Yeah, I mean, we're not dealing with like, a normal person, and the person that actually did the abuse is somebody who's like powerful, and that's not something we can.
Hey, I need everybody in the building to take time to click those 3 dots, hit that thumbs up for the content, man. Thumbs up the channel. We 40 likes away from 400, man. We most definitely on the road to 30K. We need all the subscribers we can get, so make sure you also subscribe to the channel, man. Double tap that screen, get the likes up.
Take lightly.
What is it about Diddy's circle that makes them so loyal? So many people, as you say, would have ignored what was going on.
I mean, to be honest with you, these are their jobs, and it's not about being loyal. It's more so like, this is your job. And I mean, it goes back to centuries when they're like people in positions
All right, Poochie, we'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you take care.
Power. What are the servants gonna do? There's maybe like 2 other people that knew about the incident that happened that night. This is 6 years prior to the actual incident.
All right, Kenya.
The video that you saw, the
am
CNN
not
video,
your
6 years prior to that.
It's eerily similar, isn't it? But what were you hearing behind that door?
Yelling and just a scuffle going on in the room, obviously. I don't even remember what I was hearing because I tuned that out already. But because I was literally like, it's PTSD, is trauma. Like, you don't, like, what, stop? That's all I could say is stop,
Kenya, I am not your unk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just know that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We 30 likes away from 400. Continue to double tap that screen or click those 3 dots, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're listening to Diddy's former makeup artist and Cassie's former makeup artist, give us the harrowing details about what she witnessed Diddy do to Cassie, y'all.
Like, what do you do? How do you, in that situation, I mean, like, all I can think about was like, should I call the police? Should I call the security? I did not know what to do at that moment.
How long did that go on for?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you. I don't remember. It's like, that moment in time was just like, I don't quite remember that particular moment, just after the fact.
Describing those injuries, knots to the head, bruises, when she walked out that room, how did she look?
Like, that moment, we were just rushing out. It was obviously after, when we got to my house, we were like, oh my God, this is just insane. Like, I can't believe that he actually did this to you. You can't be can't be around him anymore. Like, you have to escape somehow. But obviously, it didn't happen.
When you did take a moment to look at her and see her injuries, describe to me, how badly was she banged up?
It was really bad. I don't know how.
Quentin says she lying by omission. I bet. You know what I'm saying? We need 25 more likes, y'all. We'll be at 400. 25 more y'all who haven't hit that like button. Click those 3 dots. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, man.
How any man could hurt another human being that way. In general, I mean, I don't care if it's just a slap in the face or you just shouldn't be beating on women like that. That's just horrific.
What was Cassie saying?
Nothing. I mean, what can she say? I'm sure she was very embarrassed. I don't know. I can't speak on her behalf. It's like, especially if that went on and you've you know the person in front of you. It's not like somebody.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I witnessed something like that and I seen it, man, I would just have to risk it because I'm calling the law, man. I'm calling the police.
That's a stranger or whatnot. You know this person, which is me, and what do you say to somebody like me after that?
I mean, how old is she at this point?
That was 2010. So how old? She's 38 now. So that was like, she might have been like in her like early 20s. And that's like the beginning of your like life, you know?
Miss D, you hear me? I'm calling the laws.
And to have to deal with something like that on such a high, you know, scale, like especially, you know, it's different if you're just a, you know, a random housewife, but this is something that, you know, is on for the public to find out about, you know, and if the public finds out, then that's a whole scandal. So, you know, I'm not saying anything.
Polo said he won't even need a meal. They won't have to give him a square or none of that. He telling off the real.
Situation is different from the other, but we were dealing with something a little bit different. And there's nobody that we can really like call upon to help.
What do you remember when that door swung open? What do you remember? Was Diddy there? Did you see him, or did Cassie come out and you just
Somebody
fled?
said, whoa, 2010? Imagine everything from then on. Absolutely, man. Had to be a scary sight.
Straight away.
He left, and then we were just collecting her things, like packing her bags, because she was staying at the hotel. So like, we were just packing her bags to get out of there. You know, rushing out of there just in case, you know, we didn't know what was going to happen after.
Carmela, you hear me? Carmela says, man, what in the world? She kept her mouth closed since 2010. Why now, Carmela? Why is she speaking out now?
After that moment, you know, when you can't think, you're just acting upon like a reaction, an emotion, you know, you're not really thinking. You're just doing what is necessary.
Hey, y'all, we need 19 more likes to be at 400. Help a brother out. Double tap that screen. Get the likes up. What's up, Hazel? Hazel says custody. Okay. He was, I can't even see what you said. Lots of people are silent still. She got immunity. Her family of her stories too, especially if she told one. These criminals are trying to save themselves. Let's go.
To get to be safe.
So was it just you and Cassie there at that moment? You must have been pretty scared yourself.
Yeah, I was frightened. Like this is not a normal everyday occurrence. You know, this is something that's like major. You just don't. How do you react to these things? How do you put your head on straight? You know, you're acting upon emotion at this point and fear. You know, you're not thinking about, okay, logically, like what do we do now? We're just dealing with what we had to deal with at the moment.
Did you work with Diddy after that?
I stopped working with him in 2005 because I didn't want to
Oh, wow.
in that world anymore.
She said she didn't want to be a part of the world no more, so she stopped working with Diddy in 2005. They could trust anyone in the city, county, or state. Okay, she said they couldn't. Okay, I bet. There's no trust in the criminal world. Mahir said he will update us tomorrow. Absolutely, I will. What if Cassie would have unalived? One of those, absolutely, they would have all been in trouble.
And the only reason why I dealt with him after the fact is because Cassie was a friend of mine. So it, you know, kind of trickled over. Like the industry is very small, and this is why, you know, we can't really say certain things because it is a small industry, very, very small. We all know each other. So, you know, there's certain things that we do have to keep private.
Earlier this year, that video emerges from that hotel room. How did you feel seeing that, knowing that that was 6 years after?
I cried for like days because I could not believe what I was witnessing. Like I could not believe it. It hurt me so. Yeah, it triggered. Like it was hard for me to watch. Like it was so hard.
Here come the tears, y'all. She feels bad. 25 years later, then she comes out and talk. She ain't been there since 2005. Here it is, 2025, and she just now speaking. Here come the tears.
For me to watch. And I like cried for days
What's up,
because I
Tyler?
just couldn't believe that that man was physically abusing her like that. That like really upset me. Like
You seen it. You should have called the police, man.
And I just thought about the years of that. Like, he's a monster. He's literally a monster. And I'm disgusted and I'm embarrassed that, you know, he could actually treat women and humans.
And don't get twisted, y'all. She said that she continued to work with Diddy even after all of this because she was Cassie's friend. So you just sit back and watch your friend get abused for all these years and say nothing? Don't call the laws, you know what I'm saying? But cry about it, man. Come on, man.
That way, you know, that's just despicable.
It's bad enough what we saw in that video in the hallway of that hotel. But I guess you have an insight into what might have happened behind closed doors, and that must be terrifying.
It was terrifying. That's why when I watched that video, it was so jarring to actually see it with my own eyes, because I did not see what went on in that room, but like I know what happened after the fact. And just watching that video, I just can't. I feel like, what could I have done?
High Paranormal says she should have called the cops after the hunters. Absolutely, man. This reminds me of OJ case. They can't get Diddy for the murking, so they gonna get him for being a freak. Let's talk about it, Hazel. Absolutely. I feel you, Hazel. Let's go.
And to change things, you know, but what was I gonna do?
Do you still speak to Cassie? Are you still friends?
Of course, I texted her after the fact, but you know, I like to, you know, I'm very private. I've been very private over the years, and I just know how people.
Why you didn't question? Now they talking about they were scared about what could happen to their jobs and all of that and happen to them. Okay, we be hearing about these burner phones, and she says that she was away from Cassie. Why come nobody didn't sneak off on one of them burner phones and call the police without giving them a name and send them to the residence so they can see Cassie all messed up? Come on now. It's ways to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? It's ways to do this without implicating yourself. Why come you just didn't call the laws from another number, or even your number, and just hang up to where they would have to come over there? You press 911, even if you hang up, the police still show up. So why not just call them, you know, and told them what was going on without giving your name?
With certain things, and you know, you just have to give everyone their privacy. So I just, you know, give people their privacy. And this is my story to tell. I'm not speaking on behalf of Cassie or anyone else. It's just like...
Right, Miss Danita. You have a right to remain anonymous. Let's go.
It's what I experienced, and I just don't feel like this sort of thing shouldn't, like, continue to happen to anyone.
She started a groundswell here. I mean, turn the tide, one would say, against not only Diddy, but the industry. Is this the music industry's Me Too moment?
Yeah. I think so.
Experiencing what you've experienced, knowing what you've known, can you have confidence that it is going to change?
I don't know, because like I said, the music industry is a whole nother beast. I mean, the whole entertainment industry is another beast. So I don't know what is going to change. I hope there will be a change. I hope, you know, but we just never know.
And you're still working in it. How do you feel seeing the things you've seen?
I mean, I honestly, any career there's always going to be these hardships, you know, and I feel like we just have to move on and just heal from it.
Come on, y'all. We 4 likes away from 400. Click those 3 dots, double tap that screen, whichever one you have to do. Most definitely get those likes up. We almost to 400, man. We 5 away. You know what I'm saying? Double tap that screen, click those 3 dots, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you new.
And that's kind of like what I'm doing over the years. I've been just really healing from all the traumas that I've experienced being in the industry.
If that video hadn't have come out, I can't imagine that we'd be speaking about this now. It's a tough watch, but it gave people the strength to speak up. Why is it important for you to come forward now?
It's important because...
Man, that was the best question ever. Ask it one more time.
Why is it important for you to come forward now?
It's important because it's a personal thing for me. Like, what happened with Cassie and that in that video, it really hurt. You know, it triggered a very strong emotion in me because I've witnessed it. It's not something...
Now listen, y'all. She says that it triggered a very strong emotion in her. You know, seeing Cassie, what happened to her on videotape. Lady, you just told us a while ago that you watched this firsthand. So how can it be any worse watching it on a video than it was while you was sitting there while it was going on? Man, make this make sense. What are we doing? Man, that don't make no sense.
That I, like, even as people that I know who don't know her were triggered. So imagine, like, for me, it was like 1,000-fold. I just, it shocked and hurt me beyond words. I can't even imagine, like, I can't even describe how I felt at that moment watching it. And I just couldn't even believe, like, he could actually treat her like some sort of, like, thing, not even a human. Like, it was just absolutely disgusting.
What does justice look like for those victims?
Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen to them. Because what's going to happen now? Like, where do they go from here? My own guilt made me feel crazy from my experience. And I can't even imagine what they're going through. The only way we're going to hold him accountable is if, you know, something is done to make him stop. And I think that what's happening now, Cassie opened up the floodgates. So hopefully, like, he realizes the damage he's done to so many different people and so many different families and so many different lives.
Yeah, man, that was her testimony, you know what I'm saying? She basically says that she witnessed a lot of abuse, you know, to Cassie from Diddy, but never called the laws, man, you know what I'm saying? Ain't been around, wasn't around Diddy since 2005, you know, stayed in contact, this, that, and the third. Already, Diamond Love, stayed in contact, you know, but didn't report anything, man. I'm just in the middle, man. I'm in the middle. I'm like, man, ain't no way. If I would have seen that happening, even if I would have had to use a burner phone, even if I would have had to press 911, hang up real quick, and put the phone in my pocket, the police would have been called, man. I wouldn't have waited no 25 years to say nothing, man. I wouldn't have waited no 25 years to say not a word. All right, so we heard from her, which she is Diddy's former makeup artist, right? All right, another vocal person in all of this is Mr. Gene Deal, right? And he basically came out and gave another interview. You know, he very vocal too, about people saying that Cassie's husband, because I have been hearing this float around. They've been saying that Cassie's husband is the reason why she went and filed these charges against Diddy. You know what I'm saying? They have been saying, I have heard it before. Has anybody else ever heard that in the comments? Let me know. Have you heard anybody saying that the reason why this case could possibly be going on is because of Cassie's husband? You know, basically, you know, found out all the slimy details of what was going on basically before his time and decided that, hey, we could get a payday off all of this. You know what I'm saying? We hurting for money right now. You know, we need some paper. He did this to you. He did that to you. Let's file charges against him, right? And a lot of people feel that way. But let me tell y'all this. Gene Deal feels a completely different way. He most definitely did an interview and said people are crazy to even think that Cassie's husband is behind all this. Y'all know for all the videos we show, we most definitely exercise the Fair Use Act of 1976. You know what I'm saying? This is most definitely for educational purposes only, man. Check this one out. Let's get to Gene Deal and why he feels like this wasn't anything that was planned by Cassie's husband. Let's go.
What about the people that feel like Cassie, she was complicit with Diddy?
Well, I don't have nothing bad to say about the people in general, but it was an old saying that my man Ward, salute to Anthony Ward out there in St. Louis, he said, you can't teach stupid. People are just stupid, bro. You can't teach stupid.
Lord, that's what Gene said.
Now, what we found out if they went to the trial, that Cassie was 16 years old, modeling. She was 16 years old modeling. And Diddy knew about her then. At 16 years old. Because they had mutual friends. And Bad Boy was doing that.
Oh, wow. He says if you were in the trial, then you knew that Diddy knew of Cassie since she was 16 years old. Man, I thought it was they got together when she was 19, but he had been knowing about her since she was 16. All right, Gene, let's go.
Saint Sean John and doing perfumes, colognes, whatever like that. He had his eye on this girl at 16 years old.
Shout out to Dialogue.
But you know he was with probably Jennifer at the time. He was the Cassie getting older. He may have not started messing with her until 19. But he was dealing with her and seeing her and grooming her.
Gene says she's been groomed since she was 16. Lord have mercy. No, he didn't, Mahir. I sent you the older interviews. All right, we gonna most definitely take a look at those too, Miss Fat. I don't know if I seen them. You might have to send them again.
Having people be in touch with her at 16. At 16. So now, he gets there at 19 years old. He shows her the world. He shows her the world, bro. Everybody that said something to her about the trial who knew Cassie from 16 to the point.
Diamond Love says Gene Deal has always been on point. I bet. Make sure y'all double tapping that screen and most definitely subscribing to the channel if you're new.
She messed with Diddy. She was not a type of girl that slept around. If she was in a relationship with a guy, it was monogamous. It was just between them two. She didn't do hard drugs. She didn't do ecstasy. She didn't do pills. She didn't do none of that shit. So now, he gets this little girl. He been watching her since she was 16. He gets her at 18, 19 years old. I can go on Gucci, buy whatever she wants to. She can go on Fendi and buy whatever.
My question is this. If Gene knows so much about all of this, why come they don't got him testifying? Why come they don't got Jaguar Wright testifying? A lot of people like to believe a lady named Allie Carter. Why come none of these people ain't testifying in this trial? I need to know, man. I need to know.
Whatever she wants to. Louis Vuitton, Dolce Gabbana. She getting on G5 jets. You got one of the hot songs. You do a video. You go into all these places you ever dreamed of. Here go this man. He put his hands on you. He start putting you in sexual acts and doing things to you and drugging you out your mind. Did they hear Cassie mama testimony?
when she testified, not testimony, when she testified that her daughter came to her and said, "Ma, he got these tapes on me doing things that I should have never done, that I knew better. But I was in love with him." Some women out there ain't never loved that hard. And some men ain't never had women that loved them that hard. Where they would do things that they would have normally did with, they ain't do with another guy, but they do with you. You was they first in a lot of stuff. He drugged this girl out of her mind. Did tapes on her. Threatened her. You see that? Look at the screen up there. See that video?
So Gene Deal most definitely believes that Cassie, was groomed, in so many words from 16 years old. I hear him. What's up, OBI? What's up, JoJo? This is not love, all right? Bottle label got him in a chokehold. Money talk, yeah, like a cult does. Now I don't agree with nothing Dilla done, but she not a victim. Okay, Miss Fat. Ricky says morning from the UK. What's up, Ricky? Shout out to the UK. Make sure y'all double tapping that screen in the UK, clicking those 3 dots, hitting that thumbs up, man, and subscribing to the channel if you new.
That's you. She gotta look hard because she don't remember. She don't think that's her. She don't believe it's her. But that's her up on that screen. He threatened that he was going to release that to the world. You better keep on. This was coming out in the trial, bruh. So for those people,
she'll say this dude right here is snitch. Oh, Lord. Sheila Montana off the chain said Gene Deal is a snitch. Hey, he telling everything.
who think this little girl thought of all that shit on her own.
Hey, so blessed.
Let me see her track record. Let me see the record before she got to him. I said this last time. Let me see the record. Let me see everything, brother. Let me know. Let me see some of her other boyfriends that peed in her mouth.
Lord,
they gave her drugs. Let me see some of her other boyfriends. This is what's coming out in the trial, bro. So those people, I'm going to say it again. You can't fix stupid.
So why do you think she came out after all these years? You have some people that believe that she felt the type of way that she did all these freak-offs with Diddy and she don't got nothing to show for it. And you have some people, they believe that, you know, she's mad that Diddy did more for Young Miami than her.
Well, you got to understand
up,
this,
Scott?
brother. Cassie seen that she wasn't getting her music done. She signed a 10-album deal. She wasn't getting her music done. He gave her...
All right, Tyson says you can only be considered a snitch if you tell on somebody to lessen your time. The time because you did the crime with them. Calling this man a snitch for telling the truth is diabolical. Let's go.
He allegedly, him and other prostitutes or male escorts gave her all kinds of diseases. All kinds of diseases. So she's sitting back and she didn't get none of the stuff that he promised her. So she asked him for $10 million.
We got Lyrical in here that says, so she ain't do nothing freaky with Ryan Leslie at all. Maybe not this extreme, but she was definitely active. Let's go. Kenya Blue says, why do New York people always wear clothing that says New York on it? I don't know. Let's go.
$10, and I'm going to go about my business. Cassie asked him for $10 million. Benjamin Bradford, one of the great lawyers in New York City that helped him on the Shine case, told Puff, yo, get that girl $10 million and she's going to go away. The federal government had been looking at Puff since 2011.
Well, why they didn't get him then, Gene? If they was watching him since 2011, it's 2025. Why they didn't get him back then?
I'm going to say this again. The federal government had been looking at Puff since 2011 because they had information or somebody made a complaint to them that he was sleeping with underage boys.
Whoa!
They went and offered.
Whoa! But check this out. Now that's a hey, you know, and in those civil cases, they most definitely brought that up. But I want to say this: if they've been watching him since 2011 and accuse him, you know, basically of little guys, why come none of the little guys was brought into this federal trial that they got going on right now? Wouldn't that be something that they would, because that would make it hook, line, and sinker for their case. Because under no circumstances, a minor cannot consent. So if they've been watching him since 2011 for suspicion of little people, then why come they didn't bring any of those little people into this trial? I'm just asking.
A proffer agreement to one of the gangsters who's in jail. I'm not going to say his name, but 50 be getting at him all the time. Point blank. Now, they've been watching Puff for the longest. Cassie dropped the lawsuit. Puff pays her $30 million the next day. They read the lawsuit. It's in record. Oh, this is against the law. That's against the law.
Let's go, cut up girl.
We can get him for this. We can get him for that. So now, they give Cassie a deal. You took part of this, Cassie. Do you think she wanted to come to court on him? She got her $30 million and she can go with her family now. She's not getting paid for this. She didn't bring charges up against him. The federal government did. And gave her immunity in any charges. Cassie got immunity too, bro. Because if it's sex trafficking.
Hey, make sure y'all double tapping that screen, getting the likes up, guys. You know what I'm saying? The likes ain't moving, but the views are going up. Most definitely double tap that screen or click those three dots, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. We're watching Gene Deal, you know, basically say people are crazy if they think that Cassie's husband had anything to do with her going to this trial, guys.
And she's taking part of it, and she's paying them, and by Puff telling her to pay them, Puff telling them to get them, she's doing it too. So we have to give her immunity.
What's up, Miss D?
She's not there on her own free will. She's not a hostile witness.
Yeah, I get it. I see where you're coming from. But how you feel about the people that feel like Cassie's husband, he's the one that put her up to it because they needed the money and, you know.
Well, when I was with Puff, he used to pay this guy $2,500 every time he worked out with him. Like he was his trainer. So I'm just saying, I know Alex made some money in being a trainer with Puff. How he spent his money, I don't know.
Man, shout out to my guy Barry. Say he in this thing from London, man. Shout out to London in the building, man. You most definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? We got London Bridges falling down in the building, man. Shout out to London. You know what I'm saying? We worldwide, man. I'm just saying. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Shout out to my girl Kiss for being a member for the last 7 months. She said, turn green, join the team, man. Grab your memberships today. This is Everything News, man. We listening to Gene Deal talk about this whole P. Diddy situation, man.
I realized Cassie had a salary of $250,000 a year also. So where are they broke at? Ain't that enough to do something? It ain't enough to do nothing, but it's enough to do something. Cassie.
Shout out to Jane, says she is also London, England in the building, man. Shout out to my people across the water, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, everybody let me know where you're from. Type it in the comment section. Let them know everything news is worldwide, man. You know what I'm saying? What you repping down there, let me know. Who we got in the building besides London, you know what I'm saying? Who we got the fathers out there. Make sure you double tapping that screen. Most definitely get those likes up, man. We got Australia in the building, you know what I'm talking about? Arkansas. Yeah, man, most definitely, Polo. We worldwide. We got North Carolina in the building. We got Florida in here. Memphis in the building. DC up in here, Raleigh, Dallas in the building. We got the UK once again, Brooklyn, you know what I'm talking about, Louisville, Kentucky in the building. Texas, that's where I stay, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Texas people, Melbourne, Australia, Georgia, what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hawaii in the building. Let's go. St. Louis, Missouri, Wellington, Delaware in here. Texas made, Boston paid. All right. We got NZ, wherever that's at. Connecticut in the building, Virginia. Shout out to y'all, man. Philly in here. Philadelphia. Born and raised on the playground, Columbia, Pablo Escobar hood, all right? St. Louis in the building, Indianapolis, Cashville, Tennessee, let's go. H-Time, we got Houston in the building. What's up, California? You know what I'm saying? Arizona, Montreal, Canada in here, Dallas, Yorkshire, England, let's go. You know what I'm saying? All right. Birmingham, Alabama. Philly did terrible this weekend. We got Mississippi in there. Texas forever, my hometown. Man, shout out to Texas. That's where I'm at. We got New Zealand in the building. Shout out to my boy OBI. We got another one you don't know is in New Zealand as well. South Phoenix in the building. Another Mississippi. Okay, NZ is New Zealand. All right. Miami-Dade County in there. I bet. North Carolina, by way of Mississippi. Okay. All right, man. Shout out to all my people. You know that rep where they was from. If I missed you, type it again. Cali in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? They say they got the good green in Cali. Barry says Yorkshire. Oh, former boy, good cup of tea, boy. All right. 305 in the building. All right. Make sure all of y'all double tap that screen and got the lights up and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I just shouted all of y'all out. Y'all gonna have me horse tomorrow.
Was with a well-to-do father. I mean, well-to-do family where his mother took out $20,000 to pay Diddy. This came out in the trial. So my thing about it is this.
Let's go, Miss Pooh Brother.
They had money and enough money to do something.
Shout out to Keith in Melbourne, Australia.
Everybody always want to call people broke. They don't know people's pockets. They want to assume and say dumb shit. But them people wasn't on no corner begging and asking nobody for nothing. My thing, you can't fix stupid.
Oh, okay. All right, Gene says, you can't fix the S word. I ain't gonna say it. They'll let him say it. They won't let me say it. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We most definitely still in here rocking. We got more. Let's see who else I got. All right, we got Chopper, right? We've been hearing about Al B. Sure basically coming out, you know, to testify against Diddy. He's supposed to be a witness in the trial. We all heard that, right? If you go look at my shorts, I put up a video of Kim Porter's best friend who said that Al B. Sure is cap. You know what I'm saying? He don't know nothing he talking about when it comes to Kim Porter, right? Then we got Chopper, and he basically called Al B. Sure cap as well, you know, saying things like, he said that Al B. Sure allegedly said that Diddy put him in a coma, allegedly. Chopper say that's all cap. If you don't know who Chopper is, that's one of Diddy's people from Making the Band. You know, the hit TV show Making the Band. Chopper's still around, y'all. And he's still most definitely doing interviews as well. And he most definitely called Al B. Sure Cap, man. Shout out to Dialogue, man. They got all the great interviews. Let's go. Let's check out what Chopper had to say about Al B. Sure, man. You already know what it is. What's up, Marquisa? You're back. I ain't seen you in a minute. Shout out to Marquisa Smith. Once you subscribe to the channel, you make sure you pull up night to night. Don't be leaving me over here by myself, Marquisa. Where you been? Where you been at? Nah, I'm playing. Shout out to you. Let's go. Let's check out what Chopper had to say about Al B. Sure, man.
I gotta be honest. I don't believe that. And this is the reason why I say this here. I used to work out with Al B. Show at Lifetime in Las Vegas. Al B. Show is a very cool person. I'm talking about literally used to work out with Al B. Show in Las Vegas at Lifetime. If you know, you know. How can a man be responsible for your liver failure when a man
She said Chopper sitting up there looking like Gizzle. Let's go.
guarded himself out of your life? I feel like, and this is, shout out to Al B. Show.
Chopper most definitely looked like he done had some kind of trauma to his face and head, man. Chopper looked like he got makeup on. I bet he do. But look at all them scars on his face, y'all, and on the top of his forehead. What happened to you, Chopper? Somebody done beat you up.
But this is facts. If you had a child with a woman, okay?
Lenise said, man, Chopper ain't never worked out. Let's go.
And you worked at Uptown Records with Diddy, of course. All right? Yes, you had her before Diddy, of course. Diddy got in a higher position, brother, and used his authority and took your baby mama. Okay? He didn't just take your baby mama.
So, if in case you just now coming in, he talking about Al B. Sure, you know, in Diddy Kim Porter situation right now. He's calling Al B. Sure Cap.
He took your son, okay? Look at everything on an overall aspect.
Hey, y'all, we 40 away from having 500 on that like button, man. Let's get the likes to 500, man. 40 of y'all who haven't hit that like button, click those 3 dots, hit that thumbs up, and most definitely subscribe to the channel if you're new, man.
Took your son, raised your son a little more than what you could financially. No matter how much of a great father you are or not, Diddy still use his authority and his power to take your
Let's go, Marquisa. I went through a lot of trouble trying to teach you how to get that membership. I'm glad you know how to get it, man. Go ahead and turn green and join the team once again. Marquisa, you never know. I might give you a wrench. You know what I'm talking about? I do remember you from a while back. I'm glad you stopped back through to check on me.
Son, to take your woman, okay, and make it his own.
Appreciate
How
it,
would
Sunny
you feel
days.
about that? Well, if I was Al B. Show, I feel like everything that happened in my life, and this is not me saying it, I'm just saying, you know, I would feel like everything bad that happened in my life was because I couldn't do this here. I couldn't do that there. I think Al B. Show stressed himself out so much off the things that he couldn't override from the Diddy and him taking his woman that he practically...
Somebody said down there said that Chopper wearing the lace front dreads. Lord have mercy.
Himself in bad health. And that's just my opinion. I think Al B. Show stressed himself practically to death, to a coma. And that's the real truth. Because what can...
Look at Diamond Love talking about, yeah, and I need that badge back too, sir. You gotta click that link that Kiss just put in the chat. It'll take you to where you can get your membership. You know what I'm saying? Grab that membership. It ain't but $5. That's what you pay for a bag of chips these days, man. Help a brother out. Let's go.
Really did he do if he isolated your son, brainwash-wise, I will say that, and your woman, per se, out of your life? You're stressed. You're sick about that, y'all. You're bitter. So at the end of the day, I don't believe that Diddy done that man nothing. I believe that Al B. Show stressed himself to death by not having the power, the authority, and the fatherhood to be able to do nothing about it. And that's just my facts. And that's fact.
We need 25 more likes, y'all. We'll be at 500, man. Double tap that screen. Get those likes up.
Because most of the times when women deal with a man and then she deal with a man that's more financially stable than the man that she dealt with and had kids, that man tends to override your fatherhood and take you out of the box. And sometimes that'll stress you to death. And that's what I believe happened.
He believes that Al B. Sure was stressed out, y'all. That's what happened to him. He's saying they didn't have nothing to do basically with Diddy doing anything to him besides taking his girl and his son. Lord have mercy.
What do you think? Is what I'm saying, does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, but there's ways you can look at it though. So I don't know. I mean, everybody got their opinion. But you believe that Diddy had Quincy brainwashed?
Definitely. Yeah, yes. Heavens, yes. I know he brainwashed Quincy. At the end of the day, if you have the power, mind you, the power, it's not even about the money, the power to authorize, to have the authority, you dig, to be in a child's life more than the father, you can make that child look at his father like a loser. And that's exactly what I feel like Diddy did to Quincy, to Albie Show. That's facts. Because he has the power to do it. So I believe Albie Show stressed himself practically to a coma, stressed himself practically to death. And that's facts. And I used to play ball with Albie Show in Las Vegas at Lifetime. So I've been around him. I've seen his character. He seemed like a cool dude, yeah. He seemed like a great person. But at the end of the day, to blame another man for your faults, you're bitter. Because I can't blame Diddy. I can't blame Diddy for the things or the choices that I made in my life. Nah, you dig? But it could have been a better situation if he would have done right by me from what he owed me. Now, if LB Show would have been like, oh, Diddy owe me this and owe me that, courtesy of the work that I put in and the things that I've done, and, you know, courtesy me not being able to have my finances off the time that I put in, that stressed me to a coma, or that stressed me to this, and I wasn't able to be a father to my son as much as I wanted to, and I wasn't able to have the opportunity or the chances to do what I needed to do because of what transpired from my business. I will understand that. But the fact that you can just lay back there and say a man done you something to put you in a coma.
Yeah, Diddy most definitely didn't adopt that little girl. He was doing a dance marathon to where he shout out to Diamond Love for copping that membership. Let's go, Diamond. Let's go, Diamond. Shout out to Diamond Love. She most definitely did that. Thank you, Christy, for that thumbs up. Let's go, Diamond. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I might give you a wrench. You know what I'm saying? Let me think about it.
No, heavens no. I don't believe that. Because can't nobody do you nothing to put you in no type of illness. Period. Unless you allow them to. And I think Albie Show
was
living in his head a little too much and put himself in a coma. And that's just how I feel, because that's just what it is. How you feel about it, brother? Is what I'm saying making sense to you, though? Because what assets do you have to get to Diddy if you don't want to be assets? He isolated Kim. Yeah, he isolated Kim, Quincy, all of them. He isolated them. You couldn't get to them if you wanted to. Period. The stress of being isolated to not be able to be there for fatherhood can stress you to death. Because you don't have the power to. And that's what I believe happened. You stressed yourself to death. Practically. Yikes.
How you feel about him saying that he's willing to testify against Diddy?
Of course he is, because he's bitter. Any person that's willing to testify against Diddy and don't really quite have a rapport with.
If y'all are just now making it here, we're listening to Chopper from Making the Band give his take on Al B. Sure, y'all. He's basically calling Al B. Sure, which is calling him cap, you know. He doesn't believe that story. He said that only thing Diddy did to Al B. Sure was take his girl and his son. That's what Chopper said. Not me, that's what Chopper said. Just so we all up to speed. Man, click those 3 dots, hit that thumbs up, man. We almost to 500 on that like, man. We need all the likes we can get. Click those 3 dots, hit that thumbs up. And most definitely subscribe to the channel if you're new. We on the road to 30K.
Diddy, within a matter of 20 years, are bitter people. You know, me, I'm from the streets. You dig? The universe can't tell me to testify against Diddy because it ain't the right thing to do. Do he owe me money? Absolutely. But is it to the point where I'm bitter and I'm gonna go testify to make sure he look like a bad person? Heavens no. Because at the end of the day, I'm still a man. I still gotta get out here and do what I gotta do. I've been fighting the case with Diddy for the past 8 years, a civil case to get my money, and I was never able to, beat them people, ever.
Slow you talking about I heard you had a good heart. Please help me build my house. Man, listen, I can't even help these people help me get a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? One of them new kind. What make you think I can help you build a house? Man, don't come over here. Man, listen, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a new Cadillac. When they help me get this brand new CT6, you know what I'm saying? Then we'll help you with a house. Until then, I think you're in the wrong spot if you're looking for some handouts, man. They you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's wrong with them.
In the civil court, I wasn't able to beat them people. You did because they had the money, the willpower, and the authority to whoop my ass. You dig? So at the end of the day, I went to that courtroom to get my
Diamond, am I wrong though, Diamond? Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? He trying to build a house. I'm trying to get a brand new CT6. You know what I'm saying? When I get that CT6, then we can talk about a house. But until then, man, we all got problems, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Freedom. You dig? I felt like, you know what? If I couldn't beat y'all in court, then I'm going to beat y'all right here. And I'm going to pop up right here. And y'all going to see me right here. At the end of the day, I felt like justice was served for me. I really do. I felt like I served my justice. I don't even care about the money no more because I felt good showing up in front of them people. But at the end of the day, I just don't think LB Show should be testifying against nobody but his damn self. Is because he's bitter. And
wow.
LB, say, brother,
he said Al B. Sure is bitter. One thing about Chopper, man, he most definitely tell these people how he feel. Shout out to Marquisa for most definitely becoming that member. She really went out there and got that thing. Shout out to Marquisa, man. You know what it is.
Don't feel no way about you, no. I'm shouting you out, and you know when I shout you out, I shout you out. You hear me? I'm shouting you out. I have no ill will towards you. I just feel like, you are a man. And I understand that you wasn't able to have the authority over your son, Quincy. And it sucked. And it was stressful. I get it. I do. But at the end of the day, to be bitter about it, to be willing to kick a man while he's down, when you just when the universe and God bless you and got you out of that coma, I think that's wrong. I think you need to focus on your path and let things...
My paranormal says Chopper just wants some fame. Okay, I'm back. I had to get up and do it on my computer. Thank you, Marquisa. I'm grateful that you did it. Shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I encourage anybody else in the building that's watching to grab them one of them sidewalk gang memberships, man. Become part of the fam today, man. We all a team over here. We most definitely trying to build the most successful channel on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you do your part by double tapping that screen, hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, man.
Be and forgive yourself and let things go instead of trying to kick a man while he's down because he took your old lady and your son, because you never gave yourself a chance to get yourself together to be able to fight for your son or your woman if that's what you wanted. And that's just how I feel about it, because that's the truth.
And what you think about Quincy supporting Diddy doing his trial, even after the comments Albert Short made about Diddy?
That's his daddy. I told you, Quincy's brainwashed, intentionally or unintentionally. He's brainwashed.
Woo-wee, Marquisa, you got a lot of watching to do. You're going to be busy for days going to go watch all this content, because I ain't going to lie to you. Even though I haven't been seeing you that much, we most definitely been over here still doing the content, Marquisa. So it's a whole bunch of videos. I doubt if you're going to be able to watch them all.
And, he was a child, you understand? So it's inevitable for him to be brainwashed to a man who took care of him and took care of his mother, you understand, regardless of the situation, bruh. He took care of his mother, you understand, put them in a nice lifestyle. you're gonna root for the person that financially.
L, why you down there hiding people? You done went to sleep, boy. You done went to sleep on your phone, man. Y'all watch the chat, man. Make sure L ain't over there hiding people on accident. I ain't even seen L tonight. He ain't dropped down. What's up, L? Wherever you at out there, I see you done pocket put somebody in timeout. You know what I'm saying? Blocking people, man. Take your phone out your pocket, man.
Actually benefited you and was there way more than the person that wasn't. I don't think Quincy give a little mother about his daddy testifying against Diddy or he's saying about Diddy, because he looked less of his father, regardless of how it sounds. He looks less of his father, yet look just like his father. Ain't that fucking diabolical? Ain't that a kick in the head? How do you look less of a man that look just like you over a man that does nothing but brainwash and manipulate you and your mother? That's how I feel about that. I feel like intentionally or unintentionally, that kid had no other choice but to be there for Diddy because he felt like he owed him that. Facts. That's how I feel about that. He felt like he owed Diddy that. And as a child, growing up in that lifestyle, I would feel the same way, whether I'm brainwashed or not. It would take me a very long time to get out of that matrix.
Wow.
But I would feel the same way Quincy feel. I would feel like I owed my duty as a young man to the person who gave me the opportunities more than the person I look like. If the person had no authority to fight for me, that's how I would feel. I would feel like that person didn't even try, even if he did. And that's when the brainwash come in. You understand, Mighty? The brainwash come in when you look at your LB show like you didn't even try to fight and be in my life. When the real truth of it is, Diddy made sure you couldn't be in his life. That's the.
That's crazy, y'all. But that's Chopper, y'all. That's Chopper, you know, basically speaking his mind about the whole Quincy, Al B. Sure, Diddy Kim Porter situation. You know what I'm saying? He says that he feels like that Al B. Sure shouldn't be testifying in no Diddy trial. He basically said only thing Diddy did to Al B. Sure was take his girl and his son. Whoa, man. Chopper always got something to say. All right, speaking of Chopper and having something to say, man, y'all remember at one point, he spoke out against Sarah, his ex making the bandmate, right? Well, she didn't take too kindly to that. You know what I'm saying? She basically took to her TikTok and had some harsh words for Diddy and Chopper. Hold on. Let's see. My TikTok over here jumping. Let's see what exactly she had to say regarding Chopper and Diddy. I don't want to see it. Man. That's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. God dog it. Where is it? Dang it, man. Hold up. Yeah, y'all know Sidewalk Gang, we over here too. Just so y'all know this. You know what I'm saying? We over there too. You know what I'm saying? We on TikTok too. Make sure you go follow me. I'm over here too. We got 710 subscribers on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, but we got them views over here too. Just know that. Just know that. We got some views over here too, man. Just know that. But anyway, let's go to what Sarah said. Let's check this out, y'all. Hold up.
Ask anybody that is really speaking out. A lot of them be like, I was afraid to. Or if I did, I didn't think nobody was going to believe me. No way. You know what I'm saying? And some of them have and was shut up. I appreciate all y'all for loving me and showing so much support. Y'all have no idea, especially from what I have just been. Please forgive me. Oh my God, see, that's the thing. There's so many lies. Like, man, y'all don't understand. I was about to say something real crazy. But I have to tell myself no, Sarah, because God is going to He's going to fix
We
all of
everywhere.
those lies. He's going to turn that stuff
Yeah,
around.
yeah, Diamond. We everywhere. Sidewalk Gang is the movement, man. If you ain't down, you better get down, because we everywhere. This is Sarah Stokes. You know what I'm saying? Basically breaking her silence on Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And that boy Chopper for the stuff that he been saying, man. Look, y'all, we are 7 likes away from 500. Make sure you're double tapping that screen. If you have not, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, subscribe to my TikTok, Sidewalk News. We most definitely over there too.
Around, because yes, they are lies. They are lies. And it's really sad that it's coming from somebody that you would think would be supportive of you. And which is what I heard him say, is he supported me and was proud of me and was going to stand.
She's talking about Chopper right now.
Up for me. And then he went on there and he completely did the opposite and lied on top of it. And so now you got everybody looking at it like, oh my God, she did. And I'm just sitting there looking at this interviews and stuff like, what is wrong with you? You know, and you look at, say, you look at Dandy DeCane, right? Dawn came out with her lawsuit and everything and is telling the stuff that she's experienced, you know, very brave. Do you see any of her band members? Do you see anybody going in on Dawn? Use a lie. I remember when. Do you freaking hear any of them? No. Okay, you got day 26. I'm gonna be real. It is what it is. You got day 26. You got Q telling his story, telling his truth, and very hurt by it, damaged by it. You know what I'm saying? But do you see any of his band members tripping on him, telling lies? Literally lies. Yeah.
She on them. Hold up. She ain't done. There's more.
Really, and then you call me a piece of shit on there too. Yeah, I heard that. I heard what you called me. You real foul for that. Foul.
She's talking about
I don't like liars either. I don't like lies. So then you have to address it. You have to be like, dude, shut your mouth. Talk about somebody else and stop freaking lying. Like, you got what? 2,500 for an interview probably? So that's really all you lying? You lying for that?
She say Chopper lying for 2,500. Let's go, Sarah.
You lying for that pretty much. It's like, that's sad, dude. That's actually sad. I feel bad, actually, that you feel like you have to lie and say the most dumbest stuff. And that's the thing. And see, I don't like when somebody try to mess up my credibility. That right there is not cool. You know, I don't care who you is. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Let's go, Nana.
I don't know. I haven't talked to pretty much, I've been to myself, you guys. Especially throughout all of this stuff that's going on. I've been kind of just chilling because it's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot of trauma. I just feel a lot of stuff that's been brought up that I've tried to bury. Thank you. Yeah, it is crazy. I know. That's what I definitely need to stay out the way. That's just what I feel. That's what I normally do anyway. But then I feel like, damn, Sarah, you never say nothing about anything really ever. So nobody knows what's on your mind and what you're really going through. So, you know, I have spoken up about other things that has happened to me throughout my life. And I'm feeling like, I feel like I do need to talk to the people that y'all support me and everything. And I appreciate it. So I do need to talk to y'all, you know, and just really tell you what I'm feeling, tell you what's going through my mind, you know?
Let's go, Angel.
So, I'm definitely writing a book. Heck yeah.
Whoop, Sarah says she's writing a book.
I tried, look, the realness, you know, my God is not playing. God is not playing. It ain't even my sister, my brother, my this, my that. No, God ain't playing when you lying. That stuff is going to come to light. And then...
Well, you know what I'm saying? Hey. and she said what she said. You know what I'm saying? Sarah come out firing shots back at Chopper, you know what I'm saying, and Diddy, you know, she say, hey, she gonna write a book, you know what I'm saying, and Chopper was basically on there lying on her for $2,500. You know, the rest of these people, you know, that was in making the band, and Danny DeCane and these other groups that came out and spoke out against Diddy, all their bandmates were with it, and they didn't say much or nothing. But here go her ghetto people, you know, which she calls Chopper, you know, speaking down on her because she wanted to file a lawsuit and get her money, this, that, and the third. Hey, man, Sarah said what she said. She said what she said. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you are double tapping that screen, man. Get the likes up. All right, so we got one more with Gene Deal, man, before we get up out of here, you know, and that's him basically talking about being in the courtroom, you know, and witnessing what Kid Cudi had to say during his testimony during the Diddy trial, man. You know what I'm saying? If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. I do this nightly from 12 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Thursday, you know, basically until I run out of content or get tired. We really don't stay over it. We really don't stay on really past 3 to 4 hours, you know what I'm saying, just so y'all know. But it happens every night, 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. So even if YouTube don't send you your notification, make sure you tap in. Whatever time 12 a.m. Central Standard Time is for you, make sure you tap in at that time every day. You will most definitely see me on this channel, man. Real talk. What's up, Ashley? Then she has the nerve to put God in it. Lord. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all check me out. All right. So let's go see what Gene Deal had to say about Kid Cudi's testimony and basically witnessing it live within the courtroom, y'all. Let's go. I just got another subscriber. Somebody just liked my video. Let's go. Hold up. Where we at? Where we at? That ain't it. This it. Let's go.
A quote that used to say, you know, you always got to treat people good, because the same people you see going up the ladder will be the same people you'll see when you coming down the ladder.
Let's go. Kiss put it out there for me. She says showtime schedule 10 p.m. Pacific Standard, 12 a.m. Central Standard, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard, and 6 a.m. in the UK. Man, that's how you'll find me. We here Monday through Thursday at that time, man. Once again, showtime is 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 a.m. Central Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 6 a.m. in the UK. Make sure you tap in, man. We got everybody covered on everything news.
And for me, being as petty I could be sometimes, I wanted to just see his face. I wanted to see him in that circumstance, in that situation. I've seen it before.
Let's go, Shay. Thank
Sean and the Wolf trial with them when Sean got locked up. But I knew he wasn't going to jail then because they had set it up, you know, for Sean to take the fall. You know what I mean? So, but this particular thing is all him. Everything that he always done to people, got away with it. It just came back and it's hitting them in a crazy way to see him right there.
High Paranormal, I already shouted you out. Shout out to High Paranormal once again. You know I got you. You're all welcome. Already, Ashley, shout out to you.
The government is about to take everything. People don't understand the RICO, and they don't understand the racketeering and the criminal enterprise, all that set up to take everything.
But I'm not gonna cap. He said that Diddy's looking to lose everything. My thing is this though. I don't think they've proven the racketeering, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they proved that. I don't think that they've proved a lot of the things that they got Diddy on trial for. I do think that they proved that he's a drug dealer, and his defense team said that. You know what I'm saying? He's a woman beater. I do believe they proved that. But when it comes to all this other stuff, man, I'm not seeing it yet. The trial lasts for 2 months. We just like 10 days in, so we got a lot more time to go, you know, for them to prove it. But as of this point, I don't think they proved it yet.
Everything that he's gained, everything that he owns. So what they're doing is now they're putting it together, the racketeering part of it, because now they're using clone.
What's up, Laura? Ain't nothing wrong with being new, man. Shout out to you. I most definitely say what's up to all the new people. Make sure y'all double tap that screen and subscribe to the channel if you're new. That's the first thing you need to do is subscribe. We on the road to 30K. We need all the subscribers we can get. So subscribe.
Comb Global and Bad Boy Entertainment, they saying that's one and the same. You know what I'm saying? And when they do that, bruh, and they find that that's racketeering, that he used people in his company, you know, to do all these sexual acts, deeds and stuff like that, paying the prostitutes and everything like that. And they prove that, which they doing a hell of a job, a great job in proving that. I had to see, bro. I didn't want nobody to tell me. I didn't want to get it from no YouTuber. I didn't want to get it from no news. I wanted to be right there to hear the testimony of some of the people that was there.
So how was it? Take me through it.
Well, the prosecution did a great job. There was certain people like, you see, I think her name Dawn. You know what I'm saying? She was in Danity Kane.
Oh, done, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget her. She most definitely spoke on it as well. Kiss, how I gift the membership. All you have to do, Markeisha, if you see the money sign, click on it. It should be an option that says gift memberships.
She didn't do so well, but she didn't do bad because what happened is there's this, and this is what people don't understand. She set an atmosphere of fear. And then people were saying this, bro. Oh, she went back once. She went back twice. She went back 8 times. She went back 20-some times to him. How could she be scared of him? No disrespect to Dawn for making this analogy. You got people that kick their dogs. You got people that beat their dogs. What do their dog do the next day? Come back and lick their hand. Because that person feeds them. That person is what gives them a house over their head.
Y'all agree with that, man? These people were coming back because Diddy basically fed them. They wasn't coming back because off their own free will. They were coming back because, you know, he provided the checks and, you know what I'm saying, he took care of their livelihoods. Could Gene be on to something? But then you got some people that are like, well, they could have got a job somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? They could have got a job somewhere else and worked for somebody else. They could have did something else. They could have worked at McDonald's. You know, they didn't have to go back to Diddy. There's plenty other jobs out there. That's what some people say.
A roof over their head. That person's the one who put water in their bowl, food in their bowl. See, what people don't understand about Puff is this, is that he held the entertainment grip, especially for the people who was his former artists, in a chokehold. If you didn't do what he say do, if he didn't like you, you would never ever work for Bad Boy or anybody in the entertainment business again.
And that's what some of the victims said as well. We heard Capricorn Clark today and some of the other people that worked for Diddy after they didn't work for him no more. They said that Diddy had them blackballed. Let's talk about it.
He did it to Kirk Burrows. You understand? He did it to Wendy Williams. He did it to a lot of people, bruh. So now her going back is just wanting to get food on her table. Keep a roof over her head.
We in here.
Because nobody was probably telling her, yo, yo, I can't work with you. I can't deal with you.
Natil, what is it? Harris says it's also intimidation. Okay.
Let's Puff say so. I'm not gonna work with you. I'm not gonna do anything because they didn't want to make him mad because he had enough power in the business to stop her. So then she was saying something about, well, she seen this dude one stop selling drugs. You know, oh, did you see him get cash? Who gave him the cash and stuff like that? The good thing that she said it, and then they said, oh, well, you really didn't see him and stuff like that, but she knew of it. They had people come back and say this guy one stop name, you know, so in their testimony. And they did a great job in their testimony. Like one of his PA's personal assistants did a great job in his testimony. And he said, yeah, I used to pay
Let's
one
go,
stop for the
Markeisha,
drugs.
thank you.
You know, then we used to get the drugs to D-Rock. He used to have a case with all the drugs in it and stuff like that. Hold a bag with all the drugs and everything and the money in it and stuff like that. So now she mentioned that. So now the jury knows she's telling the truth about one stop giving people drugs. See, the people look at
Miss Fat say, "Oh my God, now he's a testimony expert." Let's go, Miss Fat.
Oh, her testimony was terrible. Her testimony, she didn't remember this, she didn't remember that. You ain't got to remember everything, but some of us have a great memory, and we do. And I applaud her for even trying.
Thank you, Candy.
You know what I'm saying? When in fact, you know what I'm saying, she's a person that is a victim. She's a victim, bro. You know, these people who was around him and had to work with him came out, and that's what you find in the trial, that they were being victimized. And people around them that was there saw it, didn't say nothing, and didn't do nothing.
If I'm not mistaken, Dunn, she testified that Diddy, he threw a skillet of eggs at Cassie, right?
Well, I don't know if that was Dawn. What happened was one of the PAs, you know, his personal assistants, I think that was George something. I don't know his last name. I think that was George. He said he came in and he had a bowl of apples, and it was Gina. This nigga was throwing a bowl, not to laugh, man, that he was just throwing them apples as hard as he can, hitting Gina.
Kings of Kings say, how you gonna be talking? And he was at a Diddy party. Well, I don't know if he was there, you know what I'm saying? Don't give me the line, you know what I'm saying? But that's what King of Kings said. So I'm gonna say allegedly.
With some apples, dog. That's like throwing a brick at somebody almost. And he was doing crazy shit like that, man. He threw on the plane, what you was trying to say, he threw one of those hard, like it could have been a bourbon glass. You know those hard glasses that you have that you pour alcohol in? And speaking of alcohol, and we said bourbon, that's my alcohol right there. Want it. Get it in the stores. I got to promote it on your show, Mighty. It's wanted.
Oh, so Gene Deal got his own liquor. Now he a baby Diddy. Diddy had Ciroc and the other one now Gene Deal got wanted. Lord have mercy. Let's go, Gene.
Get it in the stores, y'all. It's coming real soon. We repackaging the bottle. We repackaging everything. And it's going bourbons and cigars, man.
It's easy, Diamond Love. All you gotta do is tell them to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, double tap that screen, subscribe to the channel, man. Sergeant Pressure says, that's bourbon, okay. Wish someone had the grand jury paperwork. I know how gave them all this info. Gene Deal jealous of Sean sounds like. Diamond, just pick it up from us. Teach them, hey, all my A1 moderators in the chat, Teach the new moderators what to do. Copy they lead, you know what I'm saying? They'll most definitely point you in the right direction. I got some of the best moderators in the game, man, in the chat right now. They've been with me for a minute. We most definitely looking to build this brand into something that's unstoppable.
I know you hate that. You're going to cut that, huh, Mighty? But anyway, man, to get back to the story. Oh, he was on a plane, and he throwing glasses at Cassie. And then cursed her the F out and told her to go in the back of the plane and sit, and nobody said nothing. Yo, a lot of stuff is coming out in this trial, man, and there's no coming back from this. And I had to hear it, and I had to see it, and I'm glad I heard it. No matter what the outcome is, and I swear for living Jesus, and I know this to
Christy, tell me when you ready to get in the game, girl. You know you be supporting. Hey, whenever you ready.
be true. If he have any sense, he'll go to the prosecution with his defense team, and he'll tell them, yo, can I still get that 5 years? Can I still get that 5 years? But now he's at the point where it's
yeah, this is the one where he says he believes that Diddy will stop in the middle of a trial and take a deal, y'all, because he won't be able to stand all his dirty laundry being put out there in front of the people. Oh, wow.
if they prove this racketeering, they could take all his assets. And I think that's what they're shooting for now. Because everything else, basically, is going to be proven or it has been proven.
How did Diddy look appearance-wise?
Thinner. He tried to appear not worried, but I know he's worried. She tried to appear not worried, but he's worried, bro. You understand? You only succeed basically when you first come in. If you don't see him, you see him leaving when he's looking back or whatever like that. But you only see the back of his head. He didn't really turn that much or look that much, you know, back to the crowd or anything like that. So
say Diddy didn't look at the crowd. Diddy was looking straight ahead. Diddy was paying attention to what's important. The people on the stand taking notes. His life is on the line.
You couldn't tell. You could tell that it was him, and you know it was him because you know it's his trial. But you know, I never seen that much gray in his hair before in my life.
Yeah, Diddy is most definitely gray as hell, y'all. But y'all, like I keep on telling them, the only reason why is he would have been gray in regular life. But he had that hair dye. In jail, they don't give you that hair dye. You can't dye them grays. Your true hair color is most definitely gonna show when you in jail.
You wouldn't even know. You think he was Papa Diddy. Papa Diddy
He called him Papa Diddy. I call him Paw Paw Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Since I be seeing him, that's Paw Paw Diddy. Hell, how we know he even in there? Listen, they say he in there. You know what I'm saying? From what we know, he in there. I'ma just say he in there because they say he in there. I see somebody said free Kales, Lord.
Yo, he had so much gray in his hair, bro. So I don't understand why he just don't cut it down or cut it bald so you really couldn't tell like that.
Let's go, kids.
But I guess that's what he chooses to do.
Kid Cudi, how you feel about him testifying against Diddy?
Well, he testified, and I think he was more. He was very entertaining. He had everybody laughing and like that. You know what I mean? But he testified to somebody coming in his house because he would leave his door open. And it was around Christmas time, and they took all the gifts out the wrappers. He didn't say they took the gifts. You know what I'm saying? I can't recall he said they took the gifts. They just took them off the wrappers. I guess they was looking for something. I don't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? They locked his dog in another room. You understand? They didn't really ramshack anything like that. You know, ain't tell nothing like that. And then he testified to somebody allegedly Diddy bombing his car, but he didn't say Diddy. and to the end. You know, he said that him and Diddy was having a lot of beefs and problems because he had found out that he was talking with Cassie, and him and Cassie was dealing with each other.
She was cheating.
So he was acting like that he wanted to fight Diddy. He was going to meet Diddy so they could have a one-on-one. He was going to fight Diddy. And he said Diddy was standing up there in the middle. He was at this big window, and he was standing in the middle like he was some kind of superhero, some kind of Avenger or something like that, with his hand behind his back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I thought that was really entertaining. And then the prosecution went on and had him describe the stuff that Cassie was going through. And did he ever see Cassie with bruises and scars on her and stuff like that? He testified yes. He testified that she told him it came from Diddy. He testified that when him and Cassie stopped dealing
exactly how paranormal. So if she was cheating the whole time, that's another thing. She was cheating when she met Diddy. She was cheating on somebody. Then she got with Diddy and continued to cheat, and started cheating on Diddy. It's gonna be hard to prove that she was really afraid of Diddy if she was cheating. Cause if you scared, you ain't finna be cheating because you scared of what's gonna happen if you get caught. I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard to say you scared and you out here cheating
with each other and stuff like that. His car ended up blowing up, but Diddy didn't know they had stopped dealing with each other. And so then the prosecution asked him, like, yo, did you believe him when he told you that he didn't blow up your car? He said, nah, I knew he was lying. You understand? But I thought it was funny where he said he was going to fight Diddy. I don't think he would have had a chance with Diddy. My own personal opinion. But who knows? After all the drugs and alcohol, Diddy probably wasn't the same dude he was in the 90s and early 2000s. And I know people going to say, yo, Diddy only beat women and shit like that. I seen him took some niggas down. I seen him took some big guys down, some guys a little bit bigger than him.
What? Say Diddy wasn't just putting his hands on women. He was chin checking some dudes too.
You understand? He knows who to mess with, I guess. But I seen some dudes who thought they had him and grabbed him, and he ended up slamming them. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. I know people gonna say, be trolling like, yo, this, that, and the third. But I don't think the average dude gonna run up on him and think that he ain't gonna defend himself. And because he can and he will. The one I knew. There's so many different. It's the Puff Daddy, the Diddy, the Love, the Brother Love. There's so many different people inside this month. You never know. So I know one thing that I don't believe if I had to put my house up, my money up, you know what I'm saying? And Puff heyday, I would go with Puff. I would go with him. Against a dude who's gonna wear a dress.
Right.
This is Gene Deal on Kid Cudi's testimony and basically how he feels about Puff, y'all, and some of the things that Cassie went through. You know what I'm saying? He most definitely giving his first-hand account. Y'all make sure y'all double tapping that screen. Most definitely subscribe to the channel if you are new, man. Boy, this is crazy.
Right, so you was up there when Kid Cudi testified. You didn't tell me that, yo.
No, bro, I came into court, but I had to go to the, it was late, so I had to go to they had the overflow court. You know what I'm saying? When you don't come early, you have to go to the overflow court. So most of my time was in the overflow court. And that's why I seen the Kid Cudi, the last of all the, what you call it? The Kid Cudi was off, and then all the other people, the Psych, the makeup artist, and
The makeup artist. That was the one we just watched a while ago, y'all. That same makeup artist lady who was talking about she stopped working for Diddy in 2005 and witnessed everything. That was her that we watched earlier in the live, y'all. Gillian says even without Cassie's testimony, she still believes Diddy is gonna be found guilty. Man, Diddy might walk. They might surprise all y'all. He might pull a OJ.
The personal assistant, the makeup artist, the psych, and computer genius. I mean, the computer investigator for the feds. And I seen the rest of those.
Oh yeah, I want y'all to know this too. And Gene Deal spoke on this as well. He said, yeah, we still on, Gillian. I want y'all to think about this as well. They always saying that Diddy basically put Cassie on drugs, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this. Nowhere in there did she say that he forced her into taking those. You know y'all know the old saying that says curiosity killed the cat? You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember her testimony. She said that she got introduced to drugs through drinking somebody else's Gatorade that had something else in it. She didn't say she drunk Diddy Gatorade that had something in it. She said she drunk somebody else's Gatorade that had something off in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how she became introduced. Now, as far as Diddy providing them for her, once she was already on it, yeah, he did that. That's why they say he is a drug dealer. But she never says that Diddy said that he was going to beat her up if she didn't take him. You know what I'm saying? He was going to do something to her if she didn't take him. So really, honestly and truly, y'all, to be all the way 100, she most definitely was on those by her own will. Nobody forced her to do anything. Let's talk about it.
From the testimony that Kid Cudi gave, do you think it was a bad look for Diddy? You think it's going to have an effect on Diddy winning the case?
None of it's a good look for him. But it would affect him in a matter whereas that people are building an atmosphere. Whereas that if he didn't do it, his enterprise, people from his enterprise did. People from where he worked, that's what the racketeering come in at. He had people that worked for him to do his dirty deeds. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where that come in at. So his testimony of somebody doing this stuff because he was dealing with Cassie helps the racketeering case for the government. Because he had people that work for him that he's paying to do things like that for him. So the jury was looking that Kid Cudi did a great job. You could tell the jury was entertained by Kid Cudi, bro. Not only was they entertained, you know, because some of them, you know, they try to keep a straight face if they laughed in all 9 yards. But what happens is this. They believed him. They believed him. And they was waiting for the defense to jump on top of Kid Cudi like they jumped on all the rest of the people as far as Dawn and the people that testify, you know what I'm saying, against Diddy, that was going at Diddy. And what happened was when the lawyer got ready to do the redirect to go at Kid Cudi, Puff told him no. And the jury saw that, bruh. The jury.
Diddy still calling shots, you know what I'm saying, inside the courtroom, as he should. This is his trial. He shouldn't let nothing slide by or go on that he doesn't want to. I'm so lost. I have to pull all day and go watch all the videos to catch up. Yeah, if you're trying to catch up on the Diddy trial, yeah, man, we only 10 days in. You got 10 days worth of content to look over, Marquise.
We saw that. Puff's like, nah, don't ask him no more questions. Now he paying all these lawyers all this money to defend him. And that's what that narcissism come in at. Like he know everything. I don't know what he thought they would have pulled out of him or said or stopped or he was killing him or whatever it was Kid Cudi was doing up there. He didn't want to hear or see no more of it. Well, he told his own lawyers, don't redirect, don't say nothing. So they ain't even question Kid Cudi. And that's crazy because what a lawyer wants to do.
Diamond says Diddy is a true narcissist.
All lawyers wants to do is get the last word. The last word. They want to go at them and get the last word to make sure that their client is all right. But when Puff did that, you should have seen the face on those jurors' face when he did that. I think that's going to be one of the things that bury him, to make them believe that he directed everybody to do the things that happened. I can't believe that he stopped his lawyers, bro. He stopped his lawyers for doing a redirect on Kid Cudi so they could try to, have the jury.
You should believe it, Gene. It's his trial. He has that right. You know what I'm saying? He paid them people to do what he want them to do. So that ain't a big shocker to me.
Be thinking a different way. But I guess because Kid Cudi was so entertaining that it made him feel like he wasn't the main focus in the room anymore. Something.
So basically, you know what I'm saying, that was Gene Deal's take, on Kid Cudi's testimony and on the nature of Diddy. Said he couldn't believe that Diddy stopped his defense team mid-questioning, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, don't be, you know what I'm saying? What's up, well-informed? Yeah, don't cross, don't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? But he has that right. Because once again, it is his trial, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He has the right to have them question or not question whoever they want to. Yes, I know what you are saying. You don't have to keep asking. King Al, do you really know what I'm saying? My moderators know what I'm saying. Show King Al what I'm saying, since he want to come through here and be smart. I'm from Texas. I say a lot of know what I'm saying. But I guarantee you my moderators know what I'm saying. Yeah, we'll holler at you, King Al. Yeah, you don't have to worry about what I'm saying no more. You know what I'm saying? Sayonara, sucker. We'll holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, man? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about, man? Yeah. Yeah, he just took a trip on his favorite rocket ship. Get him right up out of here. Yeah, he don't like me saying know what I'm saying. Excuse me, I'm not all the way politically correct. Shout out to Marquisha for gifting those 5 memberships. She just put 5 of y'all off in the game. If y'all still in the building, you know what I'm saying, and you got a membership from her, make sure you thank her, because she didn't have to do it, but she did it. Shout out to Marquisha. You know what I'm saying? Marquisha for putting those people in the game, man. Well, we ran down, I'm going to ask Kiss, put the showtime in the chat so I can read it in a minute. All right, so we ran down, what's her name? Capricorn Clark testimony from today in the Diddy trial. We most definitely talked about Suge Knight, wanting Diddy to be free. We most definitely covered Ray J and his backpedaling, that he's doing now, because at first he was saying that Diddy might be doing time and calling Diddy the booty, this and that, and now he's talking about free Diddy, after he had that run-in with his sons, y'all. We even got Sarah from Making the Band. We got her going in on Chopper. We most definitely covered the makeup artist who testified in the Diddy trial. She gave an interview on another station. We most definitely covered her as well. What's up, Shay Baby? She said, wow, that's cool. Shout out to Marquisa. Absolutely. Shay Baby, you can do, Shay Baby girl, you can do it too. Click on the money sign and give memberships, or cop you a membership from the money sign if you are on an Apple device. But anyway, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We done been in here about a good 4 hours, man. I walked y'all all the way down through there like I always do. I kept my end of the bargain. We 552 likes deep. You know what I'm saying? We at 25.6. Hold on. We at 26.6K subscribers. We well on our way, you know, to that 30K and beyond, man. You know, I'm most definitely in the building. The showtime schedule is 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 12 a.m. Central Standard Time, and 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 6 a.m. in the UK. YouTube be trying to shadow ban me because I be keeping it real over here. You know, they be saying all them words they don't supposed to be saying sometimes, and I be letting them rock. So YouTube be trying to what they call it, shadow ban me a little bit, you know, so you may not always get your notifications when I go live. That's why I always announce my showtime, 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Pull up on me, even if YouTube don't send you your notification. Monday through Thursday, everything news will most definitely be in the building, man. You can look forward to seeing me, even if you don't get your notification, man. Well, I gave y'all everything I had today, you know what I'm saying? We most definitely ran through the content. You know, there'll be another witness or witnesses tomorrow. We'll most definitely be back in the building. I might go live. I'll be thinking about sometime going live while they be in the courtroom and they be giving the little presentations about what's being said. But I don't be knowing half of the time if I just want to do that. I might try one day, you know, see who pull up, see who don't. You know, other than that, man, y'all know I'm here 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Gillian asked me earlier about Carmelo Anthony, the situation going on with him. I'm most definitely going to update y'all tomorrow on his situation as well. You know, I think it's some very interesting things going on in that case that we most definitely need to take a look at. But we most definitely going to continue to track this Diddy situation, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. You know what I'm saying? I most definitely enjoyed y'all. I hate leaving good company, but I got to go, man. I got to go to sleep. It's 4 o'clock and it's 4 o'clock a.m. Texas time. It's time for me to lay it down, man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, man, shout out to each and every one of y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And with that being said, y'all already know how this go. It's time for me to make my grand exit out the building. And with that being said, y'all stay safe out there in the real world as well as these YouTube streets, because there's a lot going on, man. Sidewalk Gang, checking out. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. And with that, I'm gone. I'll holler at y'all.